running back, one really outstanding wide receiver, and they have other running backs in the back that can kind of pick up the slack. But it's the quarterback play. You're going to have some play tonight from Xavier Pettis. He's a senior. It's senior night. You think that maybe he's going to come out and really want to put on a show for the Cougars. Steele's a solid team. They've been getting it done, but there are cracks in that armor. 3 years ago, Steele comes in here on senior night. You're like, oh, God. It's right. Steele. It's Mike Jinks' squad. They're going to come in. They're ready to go to state already, and it's going to be a long night. There's cracks in this armor. You can get to this team. So can the Cougars take their shots tonight?
It's all kind of cyclical. It all comes around. Sometimes the teams that are there for the longest or for a good while and have their foothold on district, on high school football, their time comes to, kind of come back toward the middle of the pack or so. And that may be the case for the Knights. It's too early to tell, but we'll certainly find out this evening. Xavier Pettis, you're mentioning him. He has been an honor to watch. Watch the young man grow in this system. We've seen him mature, and he's certainly done a great job in for lack of a better term, maturing as the Cougar quarterback and learning how to lead this team.
Yeah, you're exactly right. He leads this team, and he kind of manages the game. And please don't mistake what I'm saying. He's not a game manager quarterback, one of those guys, don't screw it up. That's not what I'm saying. But he doesn't make mistakes. He's got one interception on the season. They don't throw the ball a lot, but he kind of drives this offense down the field, averaging 30 points a game. So he's the engine here and kind of keep getting them moving down the field.
I tell you, for passing for all the yardage that he has in this 2018 season and to only come out of it with one pick, he's done. That's quite an accomplishment itself.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, in high school football, just to have one interception for throwing the ball that much, mistakes are happening. These are talking about 16, 18-year-old kids. So,
absolutely. Well, we're just about 12 and a half minutes away from kickoff here of tonight's second to last game of the 2018 season. I guess this will be the home finale for the Canyon Cougars this evening as they're on the road next week. Talking about a lot of other stuff as football is kind of getting into the final stages, I guess, for 2018 season all the way around, even playoff positions setting up in the NFL and such. Big weekend college football-wise, you were mentioning.
Oh, man, there's a big weekend for the teams who are close to this area. The Texas Longhorns just up the road have a big one tomorrow at 2:30. West Virginia comes to town. Two teams who are in the top 20 in the first college football rankings of the season. Texas looking to bounce back from a loss last week in tough Stillwater. Control their own destiny to get to the Big 12 championship game up in Arlington. So they got a big one with the Mountaineers coming to town in a game that could really decide things in the Big 12. And the Texas A&M Aggies got a big one in the SEC. They play Auburn this weekend, which is a team that they haven't looked great all season long, but right. Auburn's tough, and the Aggies got a tough one in front of them.
Yeah, the Aggies do. Very winnable game, though, for the good folks from College Station. They could certainly take it because, as you were mentioning, Auburn kind of having a rough season.
Yeah, they're having a rough – they started off great, Beginning of the season, they had that big win against Washington, first game of the season, and then it's just kind of falling apart. If they don't run the ball, they don't do very well. We cannot forget the Red Raiders at Texas Tech. They have a massive one tomorrow. The Longhorns, you would think, might be cheering for the Red Raiders, but it's Oklahoma. And honestly, Texas fans, you need Oklahoma to continue winning, so your win over them looks really good. So Sooners and Red Raiders tomorrow up in Lubbock should be a wild one.
And these guns are always up, so go get them, Red Raiders. And I tell you, hey, and something else you mentioned that I know a lot of pro football fans in the area are certainly going to be interested in. The legendary Gil Brandt is going to be inducted into the Cowboys Ring of Honor.
Jerry Jones had a big announcement they talked about yesterday, and everybody was wondering, oh, my God, what's Jerry going to say today? Well, he just announced that Gil Brandt's going into the Ring of Honor. Press conference earlier today about noon. Gil shared all kind of stories and everything, so it well-deserved, and hopefully the next step for Mr. Brandt would be into the NFL Hall of Fame.
Absolutely. Gil Brandt's certainly an innovator and a legend in the ranks of professional football, not just here in the state of Texas, but nationwide. Well, we're just under 10 minutes away from kickoff here at New Braunfels and Cougar Stadium between the Steele Knights and the Canyon Cougars, and we're going to be back with more Cougar pregame here in just a moment. You're enjoying Cougar football pregame here on the Cougar Network.
Sunday, September 23rd. Don't miss the 911 two-night premiere event.
Must be hard being a first responder.
And if you missed a heart-pounding second of 911 Season 1,
we have to get her to the hospital.
watch it anytime on demand at Fox Now.
The only way to survive the job is to find a way to cope with the ones you lose. But when you actually save someone, there is no better feeling in the world.
I am going to get you out of here, I swear on my life.
911, the two-night premiere event starts Sunday, September 23rd on Fox.
This ain't no game. Did you miss me, family?
You were gone? I love you!
Gallagher's have always attracted crazy, sir.
Jerry, you all right?
You are not a real person. You are a man in a box. I'm done with all of it.
Why didn't you do something?
Baby, please get out of here.
I have to end this.
Right uppercut, and it's over!
If you bank at Frost, we'll help keep your money safe. If you use your Frost debit card, the chip will make it more secure. If there's a suspicious transaction on your card, you'll get an alert. If you do, you can freeze your card with the Frost app. If you lose your phone, Touch ID login will help keep the app secure. Of course, if all you need is help from people who care, we've got that too.
They say it's cooked to perfection when he decides it is. They say the word flavor was named after him. They say you can beat Bobby Flay. What do they know? Beat Bobby Flay, Thursday night at 10 on Food Network.
Watch Food Network, GVTC, Channel 563.
Ashley Home Store is proud to sponsor Canyon Cougars. Go Cougs!
Texas Tractor Country is proud to serve as your Mahindra tractor dealer located in New Braunfels. We offer a wide selection of side-by-side utility vehicles, equipment, trailers, and bad boy mowers. Come by and see us at our New Braunfels showroom on 306. Go Cougs!
It's away from kickoff. As a matter of fact, a little under 6 right now here at Cougar Stadium, and it's great to have you with us here on the campus of Canyon High School. As we're seeing some parachutists, I guess is the proper way to put it. People that are flying in right now. There's one with the Cougar flag. Check that out, right there on the field.
That's Roland. These guys are obviously, they have big Army parachutes. These are military guys, and they're trained to do this. And I don't know what it would take for you to get me up into a plane to jump out of it. It would take a large sum of money. I don't even know how big that is. I don't do well with heights. The Tower of the Americas downtown San Antonio is not my friend.
No.
So I can't imagine jumping out of a perfectly good airplane.
Well, I tell you what, these men certainly trained, and what a job they did exciting this crowd as the Cougar faithful are on their feet, and a standing ovation for these heroes who are on the field right now. And not only performing the parachute jump, but of course in service to our country, and we owe our lives to them, really, a great deal of of gratitude for them putting their lives on the line for the freedoms that we enjoy here in the United States.
Absolutely. Just, an honor to live in a country where the military does everything they can to take care of us and take care of the freedoms that we have here.
From our vantage point is we look to our right. Right now, the Steele helmet is inflated, and I guess the Knights will be running through that here in just a couple of minutes as we see they're in their travel white jerseys, black numerals, the black helmet. And, of course, they'll be set to take the field here in just a moment as we enjoy the strains of the New Braunfels, the Canyon High School band, that is, I believe, at this point. There's a tunnel to our left as we look there, the Canyon Cougar tunnel, apparently where the Cougars will be running through here in just a matter of moments. We get set to kick things off here tonight. And you can just feel it. It's a little bit of a difference than opening night, but, because things have been established, but certainly still the most wonderful time of the year. No pun intended with the upcoming holidays.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm glad you said that because it seems like, Halloween is done 2 days ago. And now everybody shifts right into Christmas, and it's like, wait. The best holiday of the season, of the year, is upcoming with Thanksgiving. It's about food and family and football.
And football.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And what do we have here? We've got families here. We've got food in the press box. We've got football on the field. This is Thanksgiving time. We're in November. It's, John Madden's favorite time of the year. So
break out the turducken.
Absolutely.
Man, it couldn't have been put better there, Mike. Couldn't have been put better. We're getting set for kickoff, and we will be around with kickoff here in just a couple of moments as we get set to get into the final home game for the Canyon Cougars of the 2018 campaign. Seemed like it just started yesterday. We'll be back with kickoff and a whole lot more in just a moment as you're enjoying Canyon football pregame here along the Cougar Network.
Daddy's got to go to work.
Uh-oh. Sorry?
Watch FX, GVTC Digital Cable Channel 527. GVTC, just plain smart.
If you bank at Frost, we'll help keep your money safe. If you use your Frost debit card, the chip will make it more secure. If there's a suspicious transaction on your card, you'll get an alert. If you do, you can freeze your card with the Frost app. If you lose your phone, Touch ID login will help keep the app secure. Of course, if all you need is help from people who care, we've got that too.
Where Zaxby's is from. Some like it classic. Some like it saucy. For others, it's gotta be crispy. But everyone loves the flavor that brings us together. And whether you like it spicy or old school, you'll like it even more. Because Zaxby's 5 fan favorites are now just $5.99 each. Friends, family, flavor. Zaxby's.
Join us on the Hill Country Mile in Bernie's historic downtown for an old-fashioned holiday kickoff with all the trimmings at the 19th Annual Dickens on Main celebration, Thanksgiving weekend, November 23rd and 24th. Bring friends and family to welcome the Christmas season with live music, theatrical performances, carriage rides, Santa visits, and more along snowy Main Street. Admission is free, and the memories last a lifetime. Visit dickensonmain.com for all the details.
Ashley Home Store is proud to sponsor Canyon Cougars. Go Cougs!
Your life is full of journeys. You're always on the go, dealing with ever-changing challenges. And there's a place where you always feel welcome and safe. A place you call home. But you can't be everywhere at once. Or can you? Honeywell Total Connect keeps you connected to your home no matter where you are. Receive push notifications on your iOS device every time motion is captured or someone presses your Skybell video doorbell. You can now see, hear, and speak to your visitors all through the Honeywell Total Connect iOS app.
Hello, Becky.
Hi, Aunt Susan, I'm here.
Sure, I'll open the door for you.
You can use your smartphone to disarm the security system and unlock the door for your guests while seeing, hearing, and speaking to your visitor all from one app on a single screen. Honeywell Total Connect helps to increase your home security, keeping you comfortable and always in control. Now you can focus on what truly matters. Enjoy the convenience you've never had before. Honeywell Total Connect grants you peace of mind so you'll never miss anything ever again. Picture the possibilities.
It's starting to feel like a mega pick.
I'm loving this place already. You're digging, you're going through the layers. This is American history, and it's for sale.
I'll take it.
Watch History Channel, GVTC, Channel 557.
We've got spirit? Yeah, we do. Fill up your tank and support the Cougars, too. When you get gas, look for the Cougar Spirit Pump because Pit Stop and Fishers are donating a percentage of sales from that pump to the Canyon Athletic Booster Club to support our student athletes. Get gas here and fill up the Booster Club's bank. Here's where you can find your Spirit Pumps. When you see it, pull up and fill up, Cougars.
If you bank at Frost, we'll help keep your money safe. If you use your Frost debit card, the chip will make it more secure. If there's a suspicious transaction on your card, you'll get an alert. If you do, you can freeze your card with the Frost app. If you lose your phone, Touch ID login will help keep the app secure. Of course, if all you need is help from people who care, we've got that too.
The University Interscholastic League would like to thank its corporate sponsors. Without the generous support of these sponsors, many UIL activities would not be possible. The UIL gives special thanks to the Army National Guard, Baden, Balfour, Baylor Scott and White, Dairy Max, Dairy Queen, Ford, Fox Sports Southwest, Gatorade, Hellas Construction, Max Preps, the NFHS Network, Nike, Register My Athlete, Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, and Tick-A-Tap Ticketing. These generous corporate sponsors support the UIL in all its activities, music, academics, and athletics. The UIL appreciates these sponsors and their participation in all that the UIL does in Texas extracurricular activities. On behalf of the UIL and its corporate sponsors, thank you for supporting UIL activities in your community, and thank you for listening to this state playoff contest. Enjoy the game.
Back live with you here on the campus of Canyon High School as the colors coming off the field following the national anthem, and we're just about ready for kickoff of tonight's contest between the Steele Knights and the Canyon Cougars. Mike Benson along with yours truly, Roland J. Reese. We thank you so much for joining us here along the Cougar Network and joining us all season long here.
It's been a great season so far. Obviously coming to the culminating week before the playoffs next weekend, but we've got a great lineup of football tonight. Obviously 4 games going on in the district tonight just to set the table for what's going on in district play. All 8 teams in district playing tonight at the same time. San Marcos is at Smithson Valley tonight. Judson at East Central. New Braunfels is at Clemens. And, of course, the big one here, your Canyon Cougars playing host to the Steele Knights.
And we're just about ready for kickoff, as we mentioned. And you were mentioning some keys to the game. What does that Cougar offense have to do this evening, Mike?
They're going to have to stop the Steele rushing attack. Steele comes in averaging just over 350 yards a game on offense, but 200 of that comes on the ground attack. They only average about 166 in the air now. Obviously, they're going to have to make sure they find Daniel Jackson out wide because he is a major threat. But Robert Collins in that rushing attack is what they're going to have to stop. And they're going to have to put points on the board. Canyon comes in averaging more points, averaging more yards per game. They have the offense to move the ball. They just have to do that and get some stops tonight on the defensive end.
Well, with the team captains right now at midfield, Owen Worley, Dallin Watanabe out there, along with Reagan Hopper. He's also had a great season.
Yeah,
Nathan Culbreth out there, team captains for the Canyon Cougars. We see for Steele on the far side of the field. We know Tyron Smith is out there, one of the fine running backs for them. He was out there along with Jalen Jones as one of the team captains, working to get the other players' numbers at this point while the referee is out there.
Looks like Tristan Robinson, offensive lineman's out there as a captain as well.
And the coin toss. Get the indication from the referee. Looks like Steele has won the toss. I believe he was looking in that direction. See if he has a call for us. Steele will receive, actually, to start the ball game this evening. So team captains shake hands, and we get set to kick this one off.
It's going to be a good night tonight here in New Braunfels. Roland, it's good to be back with you, buddy, on the air.
Absolutely, it's good to be back. Good to be back here as the Canyon Cougars now come out, face the home side. All the Cougars on the field. As they will be there for the photo op for the last time of the 2018 season, at least here at home, prior to a game. And once again, for all the seniors celebrating senior night here from Canyon High School, from Smithson Valley, just up the road. We thank you for a great high school career, and all the best to you in your collegiate career as well.
What a great time. I mean, the emotion of being a senior, this is your last home game, especially at a place like this where the field is on your home campus. It's right there. You can see where you go to school every day. Just all the emotions that are going through these players tonight. What a great time in their young lives.
Absolutely. So we try to get the numbers of the return men who are standing back at their own 15-yard line for the Steele Knights. And the Cougars get set to kick this off from their 40.
Always the beginning of the game is always the part where all the butterflies are there. You're so excited, you're anxious, all the feelings at the same time, and then once that first hit happens,
that's it. Yeah,
it all goes out the window. It's like, okay, let's play ball.
Couple of pops and it's on. So here we go, 12 minutes on the clock. And ladies and gentlemen, we are underway. This one on the ground going to be handled by one of the up men at the 40-yard line across the 45. That is Darren McKnight. They're on special teams. Normally plays wide receiver for the Knights. Good field position for Steele to start the football game. I believe we're going to mark this at about the 49, that being the Steele 49-yard line. That's where quarterback Wyatt McGill will take over with the offense, 1st and 10, or at least bring the offense onto the field, as we were mentioning. McGill, a sophomore, sends 2 receivers out to the far side, single receiver to the near side on a 1st and 10. Shotgun formation, takes the snap, he looks far side, has a man at midfield and into Cougar territory. Now getting down around the 40 before he's being driven out by Watanabe. That, of course, is their leading receiver, Daniel Jackson, making the catch.
That's the start that Steele wants to get into. Canyon giving the ball at midfield to start the game. Not the ideal play. Now Steele already inside their 40-yard line after one quick play.
Line of scrimmage is the 37. It's 1st and 10 for Steele. Once again, single receiver either side. Comes a man going back in the backfield. Here's Bajil rolling out. Has a man. Once again, Jackson across the 20, down inside the 15 to around the 13-yard line before he's met there and driven down by Mason Kuntz.
Roland, this is my first time seeing Steele in person this season, and Wyatt has that throw he just made on the run like that. The Cougars are going to have to find a way to isolate that, because if he's going to have that much time with a little waggle there and just to hit the runner in stride, it's going to be a very long night.
Trips to the far side, single receiver here near side on another 1st and 10. Here's Bajil out, and the catch was made down around the 15-yard line. As goes the running back. I believe that was 21 we saw with the football. I have to check that number.
I tell you what, Watanabe was almost there. If it was him going across, he almost intercepted that ball as it was going out into the flat.
2nd down, call it 12. Here's the handoff. The give is to 21. They have him listed as C.J. Bledsoe, who is a sophomore on our roster. That's who we will identify him as he was not on the starting two deeps. Maybe a last-minute change. It's going to be 3rd down, trips to the near side. Jill, the quarterback, shotgun, dropping back, looking in zone, pumps, pass incomplete. That was intended for Darren McKnight, and that'll bring up a 4th down for the Knights.
Well, you know what? There was a good hold there. 1st and 2nd down, a very good job of stopping the quick out, the pass into the flat, and then the run up the middle by Canyon, and a great job to force a field goal attempt here after a very quick start from the Steele Knight offense.
Certainly on to try a field goal. This from about 33 yards out. Snap is down, the kick is up. And with 10:17 left to go here in the first quarter, we have our first score. Steele Knights 3, the Canyon Cougars about to get the football. You're enjoying Cougar football here on the Cougar Network.
If you bank at Frost, we'll help keep your money safe. If you use your Frost debit card, the chip will make it more secure. If there's a suspicious transaction on your card, you'll get an alert. If you do, you can freeze your card with the Frost app. If you lose your phone, Touch ID login will help keep the app secure. Of course, if all you need is help from people who care, we've got that too.
Back with you now following a Steele Knight field goal with 10:17 left to go in the first quarter. Knights are on the board first 3-0. How'd that scoring drive take place?
We had Steele started with the ball on their own 49, a 5-play, 35-yard drive, taking about 4.5 minutes off the clock, 33-yard field goal, make it 3-0 for the Steele Knights.
As the kickoff will come from the foot of Zachary Simmons, the 167-pound senior kicker for Steele. Gets into this at his own 40. This one high end over end. It'll be handled at the 20, the 25-yard line, and down to the 30. Goes the Canyon kick returner. And we would identify him, but I think his jersey's up under his shoulder pads, so that's going to be a little bit difficult. As Xavier Pettis brings the troops to the line, 1st and 10. It'll be first down for Canyon. Line of scrimmage is their own 30-yard line. Pettis in the shotgun, takes the snap, hands off. This is Haney straight ahead down to about the 40-yard line. Good running by Seth.
That was a great play up the middle, just a quick little handoff, and then I like the power run, just kept running, kept pushing those legs to get more yards, get a first down there.
So Haney, as we mentioned, Fine job carrying the football this season, almost 900. As a matter of fact, that should put him over the 900-yard mark with that carry right there for the 2018 campaign. First down. Here's Bettis once again barking out signals. The handoff coming near side. Once again, that's Haney across the 40 before he's met there and tripped up. That stopped Zion Ruffin. We talked about him quite a bit pregame. We're going to give him a gate of 1. It'll be second down. Jacob Garcia goes flanked out to the far side. Single receiver near side once again. Bettis calls for the football. The handoff straight ahead. This is Haney across the 45 to about the 46-yard line. Good pickup that time before he's met right there by Christian Valdemar making the stop for Steele.
It's all Seth Leaper Haney right now for the Cougars, but they're moving the ball. This is what I said pregame. You wanted to get the ball in the third and short situation. This is about third and average here, 3rd and 5, but you're still something that is reachable for your offense.
Garcia comes flanked out to the near side on this 3rd and 5. Once again, Bettis takes the snap, handoff straight ahead. Why not? It's Haney. He's going to be stopped just shy of the first down. He's coming over to make that stop is Mason Sharp. Sharp, a 6'2", 170-pound junior strong safety for Steele.
That one was really close, and now we got a 4th and 1 here. It looks like the Cougars are going to go for it here. I like this, setting the tone early in a game that is a must-win for Canyon.
Well, the Cougars have been successful with that running game. Let's see what happens on this 4th and 1. Here's Bettis, the handoff. Haney, you knew that was coming. Haney finds a big hole across the 35, the 30, before he's driven out of bounds. Jalen Jones that time taking the big Cougar running back out of bounds at the Steele, near the Steele 30-yard line. That'll be a first down for Canyon.
That's going to make a big vote of confidence right there for the offensive line. The defense knows what's coming. Seth Leaper Haney's going to get the ball going right up the middle. He goes out to the left a little bit, a huge hole for a massive gain on 4th and 1.
Spotting this at the Steele 32, it's 1st and 10. Here's Bettis once again. Why not? Give it to Haney straight ahead. This time nothing doing as he's wrapped up there and dropped. In on the stop that time once again, Christian Valdemar.
This kid, Seth is an absolute workhorse here. He's gotten every carry so far as on this drive. We're 6 plays in, and he's touched the ball on every single play.
Loss of 1 on that play, be 2nd and 11 for Canyon as Garcia goes flanked out to the far side. The snap this time handed off once again. This time cutting to the inside goes Haney, crossing the 25 down to around the 24-yard line. Chase Cromartie, the 6', 170-pound senior free safety, in on the stop. We've mentioned about 35 solo tackles thus far on the year for Cromartie.
Yeah, he's a very good tackler back in that secondary for Steele, and he kind of made a saving tackle there because if Seth gets free there, he might take that one to the house.
Farr goes flanked out to the far side on this 3rd and 3 for Canyon. Here's Bettis, the handoff, trying to cut inside is Haney. Nothing doing there. He's wrapped up. He's dropped by a host of Steele Knights that time. In on the stop, Cromartie once again. Little help as well from Jai Reed. And that'll bring up another 4th down. This time 4th and 3 is they're going to try a field goal attempt. They're going to spot this at about the 32, maybe a 42-yard field goal. The snap is down, the kick is up. This one is short and wide. So with 6:05 left to go in the first quarter, the Cougars are going to come away with no points, and that'll be a change of possession.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. You had a really good drive there. You got a 7-play drive that went for about 55 yards. Took about 4 minutes off the clock there, but to come up short after a very great start to the drive, that's a little disheartening. But you're only down 3-0. Defense needs to come out and get a stop here.
Steele offense on the field. Jacob Vest now comes onto the field defensively for the Cougars. It's 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 9:25. The handoff on a sweep going far side. That is Tyron Smith. Smith, a 5'7", 155-pound senior wide receiver. Took the handoff that time for some positive yards for the Knights.
Steele seems to be wanting to keep everything to the outside right now. The only run one play up the middle so far and didn't get anything for it. So
actually, they're saying that he was ridden out of bounds at the 25, so it'll be a 2nd and 10. Here's Bajil this time, has a man at the 30. Driven out of bounds at about the 32-yard line is Tyron Smith, who's over to make the stop best for the Cougars.
Once again, Steele keeping the ball out wide on every single play right now, whether it be a quick pass to the outside, almost kind of like a little bubble screen, or a jet sweep out to the side, not wanting to do anything up the middle right now with that Canyon Cougar defensive line.
Going to give Smith a pickup of 8 on that play. It'll be 3rd and 2 from the 33. This time, Bajil with a keeper across the 40, across midfield and into Cougar territory. Bajil going to be ridden down at about the 15-yard line. Big pickup by the Knight quarterback. That's going to give the Knights a big first down deep into Cougar territory.
Yeah, about a 47-yard gain right there on that run by the quarterback. I'm telling you what, this sophomore is very impressive right now, Roland, and he is getting that that Knight offense moving down the field. But this is the same area of the field just a few minutes ago at the beginning of the quarter. Canyon made a stand, so can the Cougar defense do it again?
Spotting this at the 15-yard line as the Knight offense breaks huddle. It's 1st and 10. They can pick up a first down at the 5. Now that offensive line trying to get into position. Here's the snap. Here's the handoff. Trying to go across the left guard. That is Bledsoe with a pickup. Going to give him a pickup of about 4. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Yeah, Bledsoe's been the man in the backfield so far tonight. We have him listed as a linebacker, but he's the tailback tonight in this game.
He may be 3rd on the depth chart, but he's getting a lot of playing time tonight. 2nd and 6. Once again, the handoff rather to Bledsoe as he bangs out across the 5. They're going to probably mark this. Well, actually, they will mark it at the 5, and they'll give the Knights a 1st and goal from that point.
Another play by Bledsoe. He looks like he's staying in the game. They're bringing in a larger player here, taking out Tyron Smith for looks like a fullback coming in. Now they get their package it. Actually, I guess it's just short of a first down. They still have it listed as 3rd and 1 here.
Yeah, I see they didn't quite mark it to the 5, so it is 3rd and, I don't know, call it half a yard as Bledsoe's in the backfield with quarterback wide Bajil. Here's the snap. Here's Bajil on the keeper across the 5 into the end zone. No indication yet from the referee. There it is. Touchdown Steele with 4:01 left to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, that's just that was all Bajil right there on that drive. Some quick passes out to the side, and they're already running a play right here. Did a quick snap to go for 2, and it looks like he did not get it. I think he stepped out of bounds rolling right at the 2 before diving to the pylon. So a break there for Canyon because they were not set, waiting for that extra point.
That was right. It went to Daniel Jackson. 2 points unsuccessful. So with 4:01 left to go in the first quarter, our score now Steele 9, Canyon nothing. You're enjoying Canyon Cougar football right here on the Cougar Network.
Daddy's got to go to work.
Uh-oh. Sorry.
Watch FX, GVTC, Digital Cable Channel 527. GVTC, just plain smart.
Well, 4:01 left to go in the first quarter, and the Steele Knights have found the end zone, Mike Benson.
Yeah, but Gio with a 5-yard touchdown run, capping off a 6-play, 75-yard drive. But the key there, Roland, that drive took 2 minutes and 4 seconds, so they made quick work getting the ball down the field. Obviously, the big play was Wyatt Bajil's 47-yard run to the right, getting them down inside the red zone. 10-0 Steele with 4:01 left to go in the first.
Zachary Simmons gets set to kick this off for the Steele Knights. This is Farr handling this at the 10, across the 20, trying to cut back upfield. Maybe gets to the 25-yard line before he stopped there. Good special team stop that time by Steele's number 20, Michael Sereno, 143-pound sophomore linebacker in on special teams. It'll be first down, Canyon Cougars. Line of scrimmage is their own 25-yard line.
And my correction there, Roland, obviously, we talked about my math earlier. Evidently, I cannot count because they did not get their two-point conversion. So that'll make the game 9-0, not 10. So my math skills are coming into question already in the game.
I trust yours more than mine, my friend. First down for the Canyon Cougars right now. Line of scrimmage is their own 25-yard line. Here's the handoff. This Haney, I think they're starting to key on him at this point. They're Jai Reed with the stop for Steele. They're going to stop him for a loss of 1. It'll be 2nd and 11.
Yeah, they're obviously keying in on Seth right now, and Canyon's going to have to not necessarily change their game plan, but go to other parts of their arsenal because Seth Lieberhaney is going to be the focus because he touched the ball on every single play in their last possession.
That might be Nathan Culbert in the backfield, number 26. We'll have to check that. I trying to decipher my zeros from my sixes. It's 2nd and 11. Here's Pettis. Here's the handoff once again, coming near side and trying to hit the outside corner. Nothing doing there. That is Culbert. Is over to make the stop for the Steele Knights. That's Caleb Lewis, 6'2", 195-pound sophomore, 185-pound sophomore.
Yeah, this is not where you want to be right now with 3rd and 13. Sitting here at the beginning of this drive after you just gave up a quick touchdown to Steele, already down 9-0 with a missed field goal in your first drive. Canyon needs to get some points here with 2:45 left to go in the first.
We've certainly seen Culbert do a great job running the football in previous games. Get on track, trips out to the far side, single receiver near side on this 3rd and 13 for quarterback Bettis. This time, once again, the handoff to Culbert. This time he finds a hole. Breaks out across the 30 down to near the 33-yard line before he's met there and dropped. And on the stop that time, Mason Sharp from his strong safety position. And that'll bring up a 4th and 1. Nice pickup that time for Culbert.
Yeah, a big 12 yards on 3rd down there, but brought him up just short, and it looks like they're going to bring the punting unit out to give the ball back to the Knights here.
So back to receive this is Tyron Smith for Steele. Here's the punt. Smith just going to watch this die at about the 20, call it the 27-yard line. That's where the Knights will take over on offense, 1st and 10.
This is just about where Steele started their last drive. They started on the 25 on their last drive with 6 minutes to go in the first. Now they get the ball with 1:45 to go in the first quarter from just about the same spot.
According to the scoreboard, they're going to spot this at the 26, and I believe that is indeed what they did. So this time, 3 receivers out to the near side, a single receiver out to the far side, lone back in the backfield for the sophomore Steele quarterback. Here it is, first down as he's looking downfield, unloads this. This one intercepted. Ball is picked off. Coming away with it. We've seen that young man quite a bit. Payne McKay with a turnover for the Canyon Cougars.
Yeah, what a deep ball that was kind of just floated up into the air. And the interception, but then right at the end of the play roll and a huge tackle. But it looked like number 66, Fisher Heskew made the tackle there. But then as he's getting up, he smacks the Cougar player in the face for another. It looks like it's going to be a 15-yard personal foul there right at the end of the play. Canyon's going to be absolutely in position here.
Unsportsmanlike conduct is the call.
I watched him as he get there because it was a big hit, and he kind of just stood over there. I'm sure he said a few words because, when you make a tackle, you can't just get up and just move on. You have to say something. So he got up, and then he kind of just pushed his head back down as he stood up. And There's 15 more yards, a gift for the Cougars in two ways there.
Line of scrimmage is the Steele 21-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for quarterback Xavier Perez and the Canyon Cougars. That is calls for the ball. This time the handoff, I believe that's Haney back in the game. As he crosses the 20 down to around the 18-yard line for a nice pickup before the stop made that time on the play by Mason Sharp.
I'm looking for when Canyon's going to change it up a little bit. Everybody's collapsing so much into the line of scrimmage, and I wonder when Xavier might just keep it himself and kind of run around the end because it's there. They're focusing so much up the middle right now.
Well, Xavier certainly can run that football. They're going to give him a pickup of 5. Second down, he fakes to Haney, and this time, as you were talking about, but I think this kind of got busted as Xavier gets caught behind the line of scrimmage. Drop there, in on the stop that time, Jai Reed for Steele. That'll bring up a 3rd and call it about 11.
I think that was going to actually be a pass play. It looked like the way that Xavier kind of dropped back and then kind of cut forward. There was just so much penetration up through the line there that he had no chance to go anywhere with that ball.
22-yard line is the line of scrimmage. The clock just kind of ticks off here in the first quarter, just under 20 seconds right now. See if they can get this play off, and they will before the end of the first quarter. Here's Pettis looking over to the sideline. And I believe they called a timeout. They did with 9 seconds left in the first quarter. Interesting call.
I'm confused. I mean, unless the play clock I don't think was about to run out. So if with 9 seconds to go, you would think you just kind of let it run to the end of the quarter and save your timeout. But you know what? There's a reason why the coaches are down there, and
you got that
I'm
right.
up here in the booth.
I'm sure
Coach Lepsis, I'm sure he knows what he's doing.
Yeah,
so
he's got this well in hand.
Yeah, doesn't need my help.
So a timeout on the field with 9 seconds left here to go in the first quarter. Got on the board with a Steele field goal to start the ball game. Steele would later take it into the end zone. Miss on a 2-point conversion, giving them a 9-0 lead, and that's where we stand at this point.
Yeah, it's been all Steele so far, especially on the offensive end so far in this game. But the big interception just a minute ago, some momentum for the Cougars. Can they get the ball, hopefully into the end zone to make this a 9-7 game here?
Here we go on a 3rd and 11. Canyon back on the field. Penalty markers fly.
Roland, that is the quickest way to get your coach to notice you and scream at you.
Mm-hmm.
Out of a timeout, the first thing you do is a false start. That's not the play you drew up. And to be that undisciplined is the quickest way to have your coach in your face yelling at you when you get back to the sideline.
You're not kidding. I should have been 6'3". Look what happened to me. It's 3rd and 16 right now for the Cougars. This time the keeper by Pettis as he crosses the 25 down to around the 24-yard line. This time the clock will run out. That's the end of the first quarter. Our score is Steele 9, the Canyon Cougars nothing. We'll be back with second quarter action in just a moment. This is Canyon Cougar football on the Cougar Network.
Your life is full of journeys. You're always on the go, dealing with ever-changing challenges. And there's a place where you always feel welcome and safe. A place you call home. But you can't be everywhere at once. Or can you? Honeywell Total Connect keeps you connected to your home no matter where you are. Receive push notifications on your iOS device every time motion is captured or someone presses your Skybell video doorbell. You can now see, hear, and speak to your visitors all through the Honeywell Total Connect iOS app.
Hello, Becky.
Hi, Aunt Susan, I'm here.
Sure, I'll open the door for you.
You can use your...
Back with you now to start the second quarter. It's a 4th and 14 field goal try coming up for the Cougars. Going to spot this at the 32. This will be about a 42-yard attempt. Right foot into this one. It's going to be just a bit short.
And Roland, not to beat a dead horse. That's what I'm talking about. That 5 yards right there, that kick was on line. It was about 3 yards short. If you don't have the 5-yard false start penalty coming out of a timeout, that field goal is possibly good, and you're possibly on the board right there. It's mental mistakes like that in a game this big against a team that's this disciplined in Steele. You can't make those kind of mental mistakes.
Well, we're just underway, second quarter. Of course, that missed field goal attempt. Second missed field goal attempt of the night. High snap this time. McGill tries to pull it down, and he'll be sacked back at his own 15-yard line for a loss of about 10. He's coming over to make the sack that time. That was Kyle Collier from his defensive line position.
Yeah, that was a really high snap. A great job by McGill to get the ball off of it looked like 2 bounces. He was a point guard out there trying to pick it up, but a huge loss on first down.
That'll be 2nd and 20. Here's the pass, far side. This is complete. Down to near the 20-yard line. Watanabe that time in on the stop for the Canyon Cougars as is over making the stop. That time, I believe that was Jackson, as we see on the far side of the field. That brings up a 3rd and 15.
This is what you want for Canyon. You want Steele to be in these 3rd and long situations, but do not rest on your laurels thinking, okay, they're just going to run the ball here, because this is a team that we've already seen throw the ball down the field a few times.
Correction, that was Jalen Jones with the reception on this 3rd and 15. Here's the pass. This time coming out of the backfield, being stopped shy of a first down, hit out of bounds, and the penalty marker goes down. Is wide receiver Bledsoe, or actually the running back Bledsoe, making the catch. And I think we know what this flag might be all about.
Yeah, once again, you have them stopped. He's only going to pick up 5 yards. You have the boundary as your extra defender, and you hit him as he goes out of bounds. You're going to give them a free 15 yards here and an automatic first down, just extending the drive here. Penalties like this are a coach's worst nightmare in a game like this.
So this will move the ball up to about the 42-yard line. As a matter of fact, that's where they will spot it. It'll be 1st and 10 for Steele at that point. 2 receivers come to the near side, single receiver to the far side. Here's a man in motion. Here's the pitch. This is Jones. He's going to be caught at about the 35 and dropped. Oh, Dalen Watanabe.
Watanabe with a phenomenal play, basically a reverse coming around to this side, to the near side right here in front of us. A huge loss of 7 yards on first down. This is 2 series now, or 2, first downs in a row where they get a huge loss on first down. Can they get the stop now on this part of the drive?
Watanabe came up big on that play. 2 receivers either side this time for the sophomore Steele quarterback on a 2nd down. Dropping back, looking for a receiver, feeling pressure. He takes off, tries to turn it up. He'll be run out of bounds at just shy of the 45-yard line. They should mark this at about the 44.
I think they have him stepping out actually at the 43.
43, okay, so they got him a yard earlier that time. Still, it's going to bring up a 3rd and long situation.
I think Canyon a little fortunate there. McGill had a lane. He got to the outside, and he had room to run, maybe pick up about 5 or 6 more yards, but he was kind of waiting and running more of a parallel line instead of running down the field, because he was trying to look for an open receiver.
3 receivers to the near side, 2 to the far side on this 3rd and 9. Here's the snap, and the referee says, wait a minute, hold on here just a bit.
Looks like we're going to have some movement on the offensive line here. Or no, a timeout, I think.
They're calling a timeout? They are calling a timeout.
Cougar timeout.
And that's 2nd Cougar timeout of the half. So I'll tell you what, with 10:03 left to go in the first half, we'll step aside with them. It's 9-0 Steele as they face a 3rd and 9 from their own 43-yard line. This is Canyon Cougar football on the Cougar Network.
Oh, look at that. It's starting to feel like a mega pick. I'm loving this place already. You're digging, you're going through the layers. This is American history, and it's for sale. I'll take it.
Watch History Channel, GVTC, Channel 557. Well,
we're looking at 3rd and 9 once again. The 43-yard line is the line of scrimmage as we get back to play, and the referee says, okay, let's get that clock moving once again. And they do on the snap. Here is the snap. This time pressure, Watanabe again. Big sack that time by Dylan and friends there.
What a great play by Dylan Watanabe. He's absolutely everywhere on this defense right now, and a huge sack forcing a just massive play. A huge third down. It looks like about third and forever right now. Actually, I take that back. That's fourth down now. Here comes the punting unit.
It is fourth. Also give some credit to Cole Seeley from his linebacker position coming over and helping Watanabe with the stop. That was a great defensive series that time for the Cougars. See if that can fire up that offense. Here's the punt. It's coming off of McGill, the quarterback, who's also the punter. It's that time it is fielded. And back on special teams, that's defensive back Xavier Player made the stop that time for the Knights' special team play. Line of scrimmage looks like it's going to be right around the 27-yard line. It's where they'll mark it. It'll be first down Cougars.
They're going to start on the 27-yard line here with 9 minutes to go until halftime. Need to get some points on the board here, Roland. They're behind the 8 ball here, down 9-0, but, forced a field goal on the first drive, didn't allow the 2-point conversion on the second drive. So Canyon's made some stops here, keeping themselves in the game. We talked about before, they score 30 points a game, but they need to get some of those points on the board now.
Far on the far side, Garcia comes to the near side. Michael Bassett there in the slot on this 1st and 10. This Bettis calling for the football. He keeps it. Tries to dance his way across the 30-yard line before he'll be met there and driven back. Roderick Howard, among others, defensively there for the Steele Knights.
That's a good 4-yard gain, though, right there. Give them something a little bit different, kind of keeping them honest instead of just making that Steele Knight defense just collapse up the middle on Seth. A nice job by Xavier to kind of get the ball moving on the outside and pick up 4 yards on first down.
And moving the ball in the right direction for the Cougars. 2nd and 6 now. Line of scrimmage is the 31-yard line for quarterback Xavier Bettis. 2 receivers near side, single receiver to the far side. Fakes a handoff this time, airs it out. Trying to hit his intended receiver, and I believe that is far. And it is there. Is he just out of his reach at about the 30-yard line? That'll bring up a 3rd and 6.
I love the play call, Roland. It was a nice little play action pass and went over the top. Callan Farr was open. He just overshot him by about a yard or two. He makes that catch. He might still be running.
That was a big play. That was a big play. And at least the offense is able to see what they have if they decide to go back once again. Speaking of Farr, he goes flanked out to the far side. Garcia in on the near side on this 3rd and 6. This time the handoff going straight ahead. And I believe that might have been Haney with the carry.
Yeah, it looks like it, and they didn't pick up much at all. It's going to bring up 4th and 11, and here comes the field goal. The punting unit once again.
Punting unit on to punt this thing away. And once again, that is Tyron Smith for the Steele Knights, standing back at his own 39-yard line. Here's the snap, the punt. This one short. Steele's going to get out of this in great field position, as the Cougars going to kill this at midfield, and that's where the Knight offense will take over 1st and 10.
Yeah, that was a really short punt, and Steele's going to get the ball, like you said, right about midfield or almost on the 40. Now, yeah, they put it right at midfield, right in the middle of the field. So with 7:40 to go, it's up to that Cougar defense to get a stop again.
Well, the defense certainly had risen to the occasion on a couple of Steele offensive series. Let's see if they've got another one in their bag of tricks. As 2 receivers come to the near side, single receiver to the far side for quarterback Begiel. He decides to keep it himself, goes straight up the middle. He'll cross midfield before he's met there after a gain of about 3.
Mason Coons with the tackle right there, kind of tripping him up, preventing him from getting the first down there.
That'll be 2nd and 7 as 2 receivers come to the near side. Single receiver to the far side. Here's the handoff. This is Bledsoe across the 40 down to around the 37-yard line. That'll move the chains and give the Knights a first down.
Steele kind of going with that, what's really popular in college and NFL now, the RPO, the run-pass option there, giving Beguil a few choices of what he wants to do here. And it looks like there's another official timeout here.
This is an official timeout as
Owen Worley coming off the field limping and looking upset.
So it'll be 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage is the Canyon 37. Beguil looking, passing, has a man at the 30. He'll be met there and drugged down. That's Tyron Smith. He's in on the stop that time, Watanabe. Little help once again coming in the person of Cole Seeley.
Yeah, once again, the Steele going out to the little quick passes to the outside. Only tried the real down the field passes twice so far tonight. One of them successful, the other one intercepted. So keeping it close to the vest right now.
Pressure coming this time. He gets rid of the football. They're saying it's an incomplete pass. As boy, he was hearing footsteps coming from James Pettis.
That, Roland, that could have been, that's very close to either being a fumble or intentional grounding, unless they're going to say his arm was going forward as he was hit, so that's why the pass went like that. But from our vantage point, it looked like that might have been a strip sack, but the ball came out so aggressively forward, I can't tell.
And now, penalty marker, they're saying offsides against the defense.
Well then,
so to add insult to injury that time.
No, you get an incompletion, you get no sack, no fumble, and it's a 5-yard penalty on you. Just once again, it's the penalties right now that are keeping these drives alive for the Steele Knights.
Trips to the far side this time on a 1st and 10 from the 25. Beguil dropping back. He decides to keep it and run himself. He crosses the 25 down to around the 23-yard line. Watanabe that time in on the stop for Canyon.
Watanabe, again, is just everywhere for the Cougar defense, and he's kind of, not, I wouldn't say single-handedly keeping their defense afloat right now, but he's making tackles all over the place. Beguil had a lot of room and a great open field tackle there.
Giving him a pickup of 4 that time. It'll be 2nd and 6. Line of scrimmage is the Cougar 22. Trips this time to the near side. Here's the handoff. This is Bledsoe straight up the middle before he'll be met there and dropped as he gets down to around the 20-yard line.
It's going to bring up 3rd and 3 right now for the Steele Knights with just about 5.5 left to go in the quarter. Would be a great time for a stand here by the Cougar defense to force a field goal attempt to kind of stall this drive out.
Trips to the near side as the clock continues to run. This time the keeper, Beguil. He'll get across the 5 and into the end zone for a Steele touchdown with 5:18 left to go in the half.
Yeah, that was just basically looked like it was going to be an option play, and he kind of just kept the ball cut to the inside, and it was wide open, and nobody was going to catch in there on the 19-yard touchdown run.
So let's see if they try for the extra point or they decide to go for 2 this time once again. It seems as though this time they will try for the extra point. This time Tyron Smith, the holder. Zachary Simmons on to try this extra point for Steele. It's up and it's good. 5:18 left to go in the first half. Our score now, Steele 16, Canyon nothing. This is Canyon Cougar football, and this is the Cougar Network.
Texas Tractor Country is proud to serve as your Mahindra tractor dealer located in New Braunfels. We offer a wide selection of side-by-side utility vehicles, Makita and Echo Power equipment, trailers, and Bad Boy mowers. Come by and see us at our New Braunfels showroom on 306. Go Cougs!
Well, we are at 5:18 left to go in the first half, and how did that drive go for the Knights?
A 6-play, 50-yard drive taking 1:22 off the clock. Steele fortunate with a short punt from Canyon, started the ball on their own 50 and made quick work of it. Wyatt Beguil with a 19-yard touchdown run after a 6-play drive. It is 16-0 Steele with 5:18 left to go here in the first half.
And as you were mentioning, as we went to break that time, Cougars still very much in this game.
Yeah, absolutely. They're in the game, Roland, and it's mental mistakes, and that's what's got to make Coach Lepsis just so upset right now, because they're in there, they're playing well, but when you have mental mistakes like a false start coming out of a timeout, or you stop them on 3rd and long but a 15-yard penalty for a late hit, or you think you might have gotten a sack or forced a fumble or even just intentional grounding, but no, it's negated by a 5-yard defensive false start penalty, as Steele kicks off to Canyon, and Canyon returns the ball all the way up to about the 32-yard line right now. So they're going to start from their own 32 with 5:10 to go until halftime. Canyon needs to get something going on the offensive side of the ball. They need some points on the board. It'd be a great time to do it because they get the ball to go back into coming out of the second half. So to put some points here and coming out of the half, you could really cut into this lead.
1st and 10 line of scrimmage is the 32-yard line this time for the Canyon Cougars. This time the handoff coming near side. That's Haney, and they drop the football, and they're saying that the Knights have it. You don't see that happen too many times from Seth Haney.
That's just I mean, we literally just 5 seconds before that were talking about getting some momentum, getting some points going into the half, and then just a terrible time for a fumble. Steele jumps on it. They have the ball now on the Canyon 31-yard line with 5 minutes to go in the half with a chance to put more points on the board.
And you got to wonder, that defense has been out on the field quite a bit. You got to wonder how much fatigue is going through them right now.
Yeah, absolutely. It's got to be disheartening. You just got to break because you give up a touchdown, so you're frustrated. Now you got to run right back out there after one play and see if you can stop them again from your side of the field.
Here's Bajil taking the snap, rolling right side, unloads, looking for a man. Did he come away with it? They're saying he caught it. Grabbed that time in the end zone, coming away with that. That was Darren McKnight. McKnight, a 5'6", 125 junior wide receiver. And that's another touchdown for the Steele Knights.
That's just, I mean, I honestly kind of expected it. You get a turnover, you want to take a shot on 1st down to see what you can get out of it. And you got a 32-yard touchdown pass from Bajil to McKnight. Just like that, this game is starting to get out of hand.
Simmons once again on to try the extra point. High snap, they pull it down, the kick is up, and it's good. And just under 5 minutes left to go here in the first half. Steele has opened up a 23-0 lead over the Canyon Cougars. We'll be back with more Cougar football in just a moment here on the Cougar Network.
Join us on the Hill Country Mile in Bernie's historic downtown for an old-fashioned holiday kickoff with all the trimmings at the 19th Annual Dickens on Main celebration, Thanksgiving weekend, November 23rd and 24th. Bring friends and family to welcome the Christmas season with live music, theatrical performances, carriage rides, Santa visits, and more along snowy Main Street. Admission is free, and the memories last a lifetime. Visit dickensonmain.com for all the details.
Back now in New Braunfels at Cougar Stadium, and Mike Benson told me, hey, I got that drive too. You know what? I think I got it too. That was kind of quick.
Yeah, that was a one play, 32 yards in 9 seconds. Wyatt Bajil with a 32-yard touchdown pass over the top down the right sideline to Darren McKnight, making the score 23-0. And now even more than ever, after 9 seconds, Canyon gets the ball back, and it's imperative now. You put points on the board going into halftime.
Got to put some points on the board. As a matter of fact, tell you what we'll do here in just a couple of seconds. We'll look around the district and see if we can get you caught up on some pre-halftime scores from just who's doing what. Here's Simmons getting his right foot into this one. This is Farr handling the ball at the 10. Coming near side across the 20, tries to cut it back, finds a little room. He'll be stopped at about the 25-yard line. Is getting up off the bottom of that pile for Steele is Joel Cepeda.
Around the district right now in District 26-6A, we got some scores. The Cougars need East Central to lose. Well, they're taking care of that business right now. It's 34-0 Judson with 6 minutes to go in the second quarter. Smithson Valley up 30-0 on San Marcos with 7 minutes to go in the second quarter. And New Braunfels up 10-7 with 4 minutes to go till halftime over Clemens.
1st and 10 line of scrimmage is the 25-yard line. Here's Xavier rolling far side, trying to find Garcia. Overthrew him that time. Back on coverage for Steele. That was Zion Ruffin.
Coach Leps just has to get this offense not under control, but he got to get them calmed down. I think they're pressing a little bit because they know they're down. They just turn the ball over and a quick score. They're down 23-0 now. It was 9-0 just a few minutes ago. And that pass, you could tell that Xavier kind of rushed it. He overshot a receiver by a good 5 to 7 yards over his head.
Canyon comes out with two receivers to the far side and a single back in the backfield with cornerback Xavier Pettis on this 2nd and 10. Xavier calls for the ball, dropping back, unloads, has a man at the 40. And that, I believe, is the wide receiver Jacob Garcia making his first catch of the ball game.
A nice play by Garcia right there, running a little slant right there, and Xavier hit him right in stride for a big pickup on 2nd down to pick up the first down. Now they're moving the ball.
He comes flanked to the near side, Callan Farr to the far side. Here's a handoff straight up the middle. That is Nathan Culbreth as he bangs his way across the 45 down to around the 47-yard line. For he's met there and dropped. Cromartie and on the stop that time for Steele.
And that's what they needed here. They needed to get the passing game going a little bit, which will open up the middle for them to be able to run the ball.
Give Culbreth a pickup of 7 on that play. It'll be 2nd and 3 for the Canyon Cougars. Xavier takes a snap. Let's try it again. Here's Culbreth straight up the middle, crossing midfield. Should have enough for a first down as he squirts his way into Steele territory. He should mark this at about the 49-yard line, I believe, unless they say his knee hit early.
If they have it marked at the 49, he needed to get to the 50, it looks like, for a first down, so it's going to bring up 3rd and 1 here.
Wrong 49. I thought it was going the other way. That's okay. Single receiver either side on this 3rd and 1. Xavier Pettis taking the snap once again. Culbreth straight up the middle. He may have had enough for a first down, may have just gotten it before he's met there and dropped. And over to make the stop that time, Maliomar for Steele. And they move the chain, so it is 1st and 10 from midfield for the Canyon Cougars. Single receiver either side. Xavier Pettis takes the snap, unloads, pass incomplete, back defensively. That was Jalen Jones for Steele. I believe he was trying to find Callan Farr on the far side of the field. Or correction, that was Jacob Garcia.
Yeah, trying to hit Garcia again. That pass was very well defensed. It's almost fortunate that he can't throw the ball off the mark, because if that was on target, that could have been intercepted.
So this time Culbreth comes flanked out to the near side. He's got Michael Bassett there in the slot. Two receivers to the far side. On this 2nd and 10. Xavier dropping back. Looking far side. Unloads. Just overthrew his intended receiver. A little bit too high for Callan Farr there at about the 30-yard line.
He had Farr going across the middle in that same just post route, that crossing route that they ran just a few minutes ago with Garcia. He had him, and he could have maybe been running for a little bit, but he just overshot the target once again.
3 minutes left to go before halftime. Our score right now, Steele 23, the Canyon Cougars nothing, as Canyon tries to get something on the scoreboard here before halftime. This time, Farr and Garcia come flank to the near side on this 3rd and 10. Here's the snap. Play action. This direction, this is Bassett at midfield making the catch across the 45. He'll be stopped shy of the first down as Jalen Jones comes over and makes the stop for the Steele Knights, and that'll bring up a 4th down.
That was a great play call, actually, the little throwback screen, get the whole defense going to the right side of the offense, and the screen was wide open, but just a great open field tackle, or you might have easily had a first down for the Cougars. Now it's bring up 4th and 5 here.
The offense remains on the field with 2.5 minutes left to go here before halftime. Once again, the line of scrimmage is the Steele 45.
I think it's a great call here. You kind of have to go for it. But the play clock winding down, so it looks like they're going to call their final timeout.
And that is the case, as the Cougars will use their final timeout of the first half with 2 minutes and 9 seconds left will take one with them. Our score, Steele 23, Canyon nothing. This is Cougar football on the Cougar Network.
At Frost, we have the top-rated app in the banking category. Yet it's the half star that's missing that has our attention. So we're always pushing, tweaking, and updating. Because even a little half star will keep us up at night.
Where Zaxby's is from, everyone loves the flavor that brings us together. And now you'll like it even. These 5 fan favorites are just $5.99 each. Friends, family, flavor. Zaxby's.
Back with you now here at halftime, or right before halftime, actually. 129 ticks of the clock before halftime. Steele with a 23-0 lead. And I guess we got some other scores from around the districts. You could share those with us, Mike.
Absolutely. Right now, with 1 minute to go until halftime, it's a surprise right now. New Braunfels up 10-7 in a game that the Cougars need the Unicorns to lose over Clemens and Judson, up 41-0 almost halftime. Smithson Valley 30-7 over San Marcos almost at the half.
Well, the Cougars have elected to punt on this 4th and 5. This one high, taking a night bounce. It'll be down at about the 32-yard line by Michael Bassett. That'll bring the Knight offense back onto the field with a 1st and 10.
They have 2 minutes to go from the 31-yard line here. They've had drives that are faster than this. Obviously, the 9-second drive was standing, but they've had drives that have been pretty quick tonight, so this is a chance for Steele to put more points on the board, but the Cougars need to get some sort of stop here. A turnover would be absolutely ideal at this point of the game.
Well, they break huddle, and they bring 3 receivers to the near side, 2 receivers to the far side. For quarterback Bajil, who unloads and has his favorite target across midfield, the 45, the 40 still on his feet. That's just how quick they can work. As Daniel Jackson hauls that one in, that young man's going to have well over 1,000 yards receiving before the year's over.
Yeah, at this rate, I mean, he's going to be over 100 quickly in this game. A quick play to get a good 40 yards on that one play right there, and now they're already inside the 30 with 1:52 to go in the half.
26-yard line is the line of scrimmage on this 1st and 10. Once again, Bajil comes near side. This time has Jones at the 15, the 10, the 5, into the end zone. Goes the wide receiver. It's Jalen Jones, and that is another Steele Knight touchdown.
Bajil once again with a quick out to the outside, and then he makes one cut into the inside and then walks in for a 26-yard touchdown.
And there's still 1:45 left to go here in the first half.
They're the definition of a quick strike offense, Roland.
Simmons on to try the extra point. It is good. With 1:45 left to go before halftime, our score now, the Steele Knights 30, the Canyon Cougars nothing. This is Cougar football, and this is the Cougar Network. With you now in New Braunfels, and I guess one thing we can say for certain is that this Knight offense can score and score quickly.
Yeah, a 2-play, 69-yard drive that took just 17 seconds off the clock, Roland. They've scored 21 points in the last 4 minutes of this game to kind of put this one not on ice yet, because you've seen bigger comebacks after the half, but it's 30-0 as we go to halftime. A 26-yard touchdown pass from Wyatt Bajil to Jalen Jones to make it 30-0. Bajil right now 2 rushing touchdowns, 2 passing touchdowns. It is the Wyatt Bajil show, and ladies and gentlemen, he is only a sophomore.
Coach Sines has got to be just tickled pink about that fact. I tell you what's happened for a couple of more seasons. Simmons getting set to kick this off for the Steele Knights with 1:45 left to go here before halftime. This one handled by Farr at the 10. Across the 20, trying to get to the outside, does at about the 25. They'll mark him down at the 26-yard line. Correction, that is Jacob Garcia, I believe. No, that is Callum Farr. Got to get my 8s and my 6s all deciphered here, Mike Benson.
Yeah, it's interesting here to see what will Steele do actually here defensively if they get quick stops. They have all 3 of their timeouts left, and there's still a minute 39 left to go in this half. So Canyon needs to move the ball down the field here.
This time the keeper, Xavier Pettis, trying to find something, and he's not going to get much, if anything. He was met there and driven back. The referee stopping the clock.
As I said, that you got Coach Sines over there ran to the official to call a timeout. So 1:31 to go. They just used their first timeout, and it's 2nd and 10. Steele looking to maybe get the ball back and put more points on the board. If you're Canyon right here, you have to just maybe not necessarily get points on the board, because I'm not sure if their offense is built for the quick strike like this as far as throwing the ball down the field this quickly. But you want to move the ball, get some sense of confidence going into the second half, because you do get the ball first. And you know what? I know it's 30-0, and it looks like it's insurmountable, but stranger things have happened. So
you're talking to an old Houston Oilers fan. I've seen the impossible happen with the Buffalo Bills one playoff year, I guarantee you.
Yeah, absolutely. Understandable. And also, I mean, we're not far from San Antonio here. The Alamo Bowl is notorious. Ask the TCU Horned Frogs about coming from behind a couple times in the Alamo Bowl. So this is not over.
No, not in the least. So 2nd and 10, line of scrimmage is the 28-yard line for Xavier Pettis. Here's the snap. Pettis tries to keep it. He's going to be thrown for about a 3-yard loss. Is coming over that time was Zion Ruffin, among others, to put the stop on the Canyon Cougar quarterback.
Yeah, that seemed like it was a busted play from the start. That kind of fake handoff, and then I'm not sure if Xavier turned the wrong way or somebody else had run the wrong way, but the Ruffin was waiting for him in the backfield. Now another timeout by Steele with 1:25 to go, and it's 3rd and 13, an obvious passing situation. Because, I mean, for me, it seems like, well, I guess you want to run the ball to make them use that last timeout, because you don't want to have them keep the last timeout in their pocket as quick strike as this offense has been over the last 4 or 5 minutes.
You were mentioning it was a good point, and it would be ideal to see them pick up a first down, because even if they don't put any points on the board, as you were talking about, the idea of being able to control the football, or to know your offense can put together and sustain a drive, at least going into the locker room, coming back out for second half, that could do a lot for your confidence.
Absolutely, because you want to walk in looking at your coach, I don't know what we can do because we can't move the ball on these guys. You want something to show, like, you know what, no. And, yeah, your coaches are going to come in and they're going to tear into you a little bit about the mental mistakes that you've made. And there have been a few of them on the Canyon side. But you want something positive to go into, to hang your hat on, to come out with momentum in the second half.
Well, here we go on a 3rd and 13 from the 25-yard line. That is the Canyon 25. This time a handoff, and I think the Steele Knights were waiting for him. Yeah. As the Cougar running back, nowhere to go. That being Culbreth. Met by a host of Knight defenders. Broderick Howard leading the charge that time. Both sides out of timeouts. There's a minute 18 left to go, and 4th and 8 now for the Canyon Cougars.
Yeah, it's going to be a 4th and 8 from their own 30-yard line. Going to try and punt the ball down the field. The punts have not been of the long variety over the last 2 or 3 punts, so you hope your punter can really just get one off right here to maybe put Steele kind of on their heels as they go into their last drive before half. No rhyming intended there.
Cameron Welch on to punt this thing away for the Cougars. And this one blocked. This one picked up and taken into the end zone by the Steele Knights. That is Michael Sereno, a 143-pound sophomore linebacker, with the recovery of the blocked punt. And there's more points on the board without even having to get the offense on the field.
Yeah, this is turning into an ugly one here, Roland. I mean, you have to give the ball back to them, and then the punt is blocked. They just come right up the middle. and easily return it for a touchdown. Steele just dominating right now.
Zachary Simmons out of the hold of Tyron Smith, and the kick is good. There's a minute 11 left to go here before halftime, and apparently, by all appearances, Steele has blown this thing open. It's 37-0. We'll be back with more Cougar football right here on the Cougar Network.
They say it's cooked to perfection when he decides it is. They say the word flavor was named after him. They say you can beat Bobby Flay. What do they know? Beat Bobby Flay, Thursday night at 10 on Food Network.
Watch Food Network, GVTC, Channel 563.
We're back with you on the campus of Canyon High School here in New Braunfels. We're about 71 seconds away from halftime. The Steele Knights have done it again, back on the scoreboard following that blocked punt.
Yeah, I feel like I keep doing a drive summary every about 3 or 4 actual minutes of time, not game time. A 30-yard return after a block punt. It's 37-0. Steele, they've absolutely busted it open. They've got 28 points in this quarter. It was 9-0 after the first quarter, and they've scored 28 unanswered here in the second quarter.
Here's Simmons on to kick this off. Farr back to return this. He crosses the 10, the 15, the 20-yard line. He'll be brought down. Still on his feet, fighting for yardage as he'll be stopped at about the 25-yard line as we see walking away from that on special teams Jalen Reed, the 175-pound senior, normally linebacker.
Yeah, it's just so many things have kind of piled onto the Cougars here at the end of this half. The second quarter has just been an absolute nightmare for them with turnovers and blocked punts and quick strikes on long touchdown passes. It's just been a perfect storm from Steele, and I would think that Cougars are just going to run the ball, maybe or take a knee to get into the half here.
Here's Bettis with the keeper across the 35 down to about the 40-yard line. Nice run by the senior quarterback, as he'll move the chains and give the Canyon Cougars a first down.
Okay, this is why, like I said earlier, I'm up in the booth and the coach is down there coaching because he got 15 yards on first down. Now they're up to the 40 with, about a minute to go in the first half. Maybe get some points on the board. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just going to sit here and let coach coach.
Farr goes out to the far side. Got to see it to the near side here on this 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage is the 40. Once again, Bettis says, let me try to run this thing. Okay, he's going to meet into Zion Ruffin, who's saying, now you're not getting too far this time, as he stops him for maybe a yard. Maybe they'll give him a yard or 2 on that carry. Actually, yeah, it looks like they're going to give him out to the 43. So 2nd and 7 after a 3-yard pickup by Xavier Bettis.
About 20 seconds to go here in the half.
Pass, this is complete to Bassett across midfield and taken out of bounds at about the 45-yard line. Penalty markers fly.
Bassett was getting out of bounds and just trying to stop the clock, and then Steele defender kind of threw him out of bounds. Once he got into the white lines right there, outside the white lines in that white space right there, can't touch him, and he threw him to the ground. So it's going to be a free 15 yards. Just going to put this ball just about on the 30-yard line right here with 10 seconds to go. Gives you a chance to maybe take 1, maybe 2 shots to the end zone. You're not kicking a field goal from here because we've seen earlier that both kicks have come up short from the 25 and outside of that. So
right,
they're ball at the 30.
So Farr comes flank to the near side. Bassett will come over and line up in the slot on the far side. That is Garcia on this 1st and 10. Here's Bettis rolling. He's looking for Farr. Just overthrew him at the 10-yard line. That's back defensively. That was Xavier Player and also Mason Sharp.
That was a good idea there. They got a quick pass just out to the right down the field, and if he did hit Farr, he'd have been down inside the 10 right there, and you'd have had 5 seconds to go, but pass was overthrown a little bit off to the right, so you got 5 seconds from the 30. Obviously, Xavier Pettis can, he has the arm to make it to the end zone from here. I will caution, I've seen this so many times at all levels, when you have passes like this from this short and they're kind of throwing a short Hail Mary. Too many times quarterbacks throw the ball out the back of the end zone because they put too much on it. So you want to just put the ball up into the end zone. You've played this game a million times with your friends, and just see if your guys can go catch it.
And before they get the snap off, false start on the Canyon Cougars, so that'll back it up.
Now it's 35-yard line. I mean, not really much of a difference here. He has the arm strength to get the ball there. So as a boy, we all did this. You have your friends go to the other side and say, you count out how many points it's worth, 5,000, 2,000, whatever it is, and they go up and get it. So that's the play. Or actually, you know what? That was a 10-second runoff, wasn't it?
Because it certainly was.
Yeah, never mind.
So that's what happened, and that's the way the first half is going to end. With our score, the Steele Knights 37, the Canyon Cougars nothing. It's halftime here in New Braunfels. We'll be back with halftime festivities in just a moment on this senior day for Canyon High School and for many schools in the Comal ISD. This is Canyon Cougar football here on the Cougar Network.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Physicians Premier. Our conveniently located freestanding ERs are fully equipped and expertly staffed so you get the best care closest to home. At Physicians Premier, you'll find faster service, friendly doctors, and a comfortable level like no other. And Texas Regional Bank. Buying or building a home? We have construction and mortgage loans to help. For all your personal or business banking needs, Texas Regional Bank. The people you know. And Texas 46, a home-style hill country restaurant, has been in the Spring Branch community for over 30 years, where the focus is on a Lone Star favorite, slow-cooked barbecue. We can cater or host your next large event, too. Welcome to Texas 46.
Your life is full of journeys. You're always on the go, dealing with ever-changing challenges. And there's a place where you always feel welcome and safe, a place you call home. But you can't be everywhere at once, or can you? Honeywell Total Connect keeps you connected to your home no matter where you are. Receive push notifications on your iOS device every time motion is captured or someone presses your Skybell video doorbell. You can now see, hear, and speak to your visitors all through the Honeywell Total Connect iOS app.
Hello, Becky.
Hi, Aunt Susan, I'm here.
Sure, I'll open the door for you.
You can use your smartphone to disarm the security system and unlock the door for your guests while seeing, hearing, and speaking to your visitor all from one app on a single screen. Honeywell Total Connect helps to increase your home security, keeping you comfortable and always in control. Now you can focus on what truly matters. Enjoy the convenience you've never had before. Honeywell Total Connect grants you peace of mind so you'll never miss anything ever again. Picture the possibilities.
Texas Tractor Country is proud to serve as your Mahindra tractor dealer located in New Braunfels. We offer a wide selection of side-by-side utility vehicles, Makita and Echo Power equipment, trailers, and bad boy mowers. Come by and see us at our New Braunfels showroom on 306. Go Cougs!
We've got spirit? Yeah, we do. Fill up your tank and support the Cougars, too. When you get gas, look for the Cougar Spirit Pump because Pit Stop and Fishers are donating a percentage of sales from that athletic booster club to support our student athletes. Get gas here and fill up the Booster Club's bank. Here's where you can find your spirit pumps. When you see it, pull up and fill up, Cougars.
It's halftime in New Braunfels on the campus of Canyon High School here at Cougar Stadium, where it's been all Steele here in the first half. Steele out to a 37-0 lead, and as we were mentioning, Mike Benson, this is a game that the Cougars really do need, and they still have a half of football to try and mount a comeback.
Yeah, this was a game that they needed coming in to have just a shot to stay alive in the playoff race, and started off good. You forced a field goal on the first drive. It was 3-0 Steele, and then a touchdown run by Wyatt Bagil made it 9-0. They didn't get the 2-point conversion. After the first quarter, it was 9-0, and then everything fell apart in the second quarter. Everything that could go wrong went wrong. You had a 19-yard touchdown run by Bagil, a 32-yard touchdown pass by Bagil, then after a turnover, another quick possession, a 26-yard touchdown pass after a 2-play 70-yard drive, and then the blocked punt for a touchdown. It was just mistake after mistake, a nightmarish second quarter, 28-0 in the second quarter, 37-0 at the half. And it's unfortunate because you're getting some of the help that you needed tonight. If we go to the district scoreboard right now, you got New Braunfels with a 16-7 lead over Clemens at halftime, which you need the Unicorns to possibly lose so they can get to 4 district losses like you already have. Judson taking care of East Central 44-7 at halftime, and Smithson Valley dismantling San Marcos 37-7 also at halftime. Quick look around the state right now as we look at the state top 10 in high school football in 6A. The Allen Eagles obviously are number 1. They are taking on tonight right now Prosper. It is 40-14 for Allen at halftime. Number 2 in the state is North Shore. They are in action tomorrow, actually. North Shore in action tomorrow, taking on Beaumont United. Judson, we just mentioned them a second ago, up 44-7 at the half. That's the number 3 team in the state. Number 4 is the Longview Lobos. They are number 4 team in the state. They are up 42-14 right now at half. Duncanville is number 5 in the state. They are also at the half right now. It is 48-7 over Richardson. South Lake Carroll up from the Metroplex. They're number 6 in the state, up 38-0 in the third quarter. The Katy Tigers, a perennial team in the top 10, are number 7, up 49-3 over Maid Creek at halftime. Just up the road here in Austin, the Austin Westlake Chaps, 28-7 over Austin Anderson at halftime. Cy Ranch out from Cypress, Texas, they're number 9 in the state. They're up 27-0 over Bryan at halftime. And just up the road as well in Austin, Lake Travis, the Lake Travis Cavaliers, home of Baker Mayfield, up at the half, 28-7 over the Hayes Rebels.
All right, we appreciate the update there at halftime. And right now we're about to be entertained by the Canyon Cougar Marching Band. One of my favorite events is where the dads get to dance with the dance team here during Senior Day. So this poses to be a real treat. Sit back and enjoy the sounds of the Canyon Cougar Marching Band.
45 yards.
Your life is full of journeys. You're always on the go, dealing with ever-changing challenges. And there's a place where you always feel welcome and safe. A place you call home. But you can't be everywhere at once. Or can you? Honeywell Total Connect keeps you connected to your home no matter where you are. Receive push notifications on your iOS device every time motion is captured or someone presses your Skybell video doorbell. You can now see, hear, and speak to your visitors all through the Honeywell Total Connect iOS app.
Hello, Becky.
Hi, Aunt Susan, I'm here.
Sure, I'll open the door for you.
You can use your smartphone to disarm the security system and unlock the door for your guests while seeing, hearing, and speaking to your visitor all from one app on a single screen. Honeywell Total Connect helps to increase your home security, keeping you comfortable and always in control. Now you can focus on what truly matters. Enjoy the convenience you've never had before. Honeywell Total Connect grants you peace of mind so you'll never miss anything ever again. Picture the possibilities.
Join us on the Hill Country Mile in Bernie's historic downtown for an old-fashioned holiday kickoff with all the trimmings at the 19th Annual Dickens on Main celebration, Thanksgiving weekend, November 23rd and 24th. Bring friends and family to welcome the Christmas season with live music, theatrical performances, carriage rides, Santa visits, and more along snowy Main Street. Admission is free, and the memories last a lifetime. Visit dickensonmain.com for all the details.
All your plants will look even prettier in my best-selling planters. Such a great layering piece for fall. I recommend my Cabernet. It's delightful with chocolate. I like to group a few of my flameless candles together. To make your life more beautiful, shop my collection on QVC.com and get $5 off your first purchase with promo code 5FOR YOU. Find what you love what you find.
Where Zaxby's is from. Some like it classic. Some like it saucy. For others, it's gotta be crispy. But everyone loves the flavor that brings us together. And whether you like it spicy or old school, you'll like it even more. Because Zaxby's 5 fan favorites are now just $5.99 each. Friends, family, flavor. Zaxby's.
We've got spirit? Yeah, we do. Fill up your tank and support the Cougars, too. When you get gas, look for the Cougar Spirit Pump because Pit Stop and Fishers are donating a percentage of sales from that pump to the Canyon Athletic Booster Club to support our student athletes. Get gas here and fill up the Booster Club's bank. Here's where you can find your spirit pumps. When you see it, pull up and fill up, Cougars.
Daddy's gotta go to work.
Uh-oh. Sorry?
Watch FX, GVTC Digital Cable Channel 527. GVTC, just plain smart.
Ashley Home Store is proud to sponsor Canyon Cougars. Go Cougs!
Texas Tractor Country is proud to serve as your Mahindra tractor dealer located in New Braunfels. We offer a wide selection of side-by-side utility vehicles, Makita and Echo Power equipment, trailers, and bad boy mowers. Come by and see us at our New Braunfels showroom on 306. Go Cougs!
They say it's cooked to perfection when he decides it is. They say the word flavor. They say you can beat Bobby Flay. What do they know? Beat Bobby Flay, Thursday night at 10 on Food Network.
Watch Food Network, GVTC, Channel 563.
Well, we're back with you at halftime here in New Braunfels at Cougar Stadium here on the campus of Canyon High School, where they're honoring all the seniors here at halftime. And our score is the Steele Knights on top of Canyon by a score of 37-0. Glad to see the festivities, though, still continuing down here, honoring all the high school seniors from Canyon High School.
Yeah, this is a great night for the seniors. You know, obviously it's not going great on the scoreboard as of yet. But it's a great night just to be honored. You know, you put your 4 years in here. A lot of these students have probably been here all 4 years here at Canyon, and it's a culmination of all that hard work, like you talked about earlier. And it's, you know, bittersweet your last time doing all this at a home game, and obviously lots of time left to go in the school year. So hopefully they're going to enjoy that. And if any of you seniors out there listening, please enjoy it. It's going to fly by, but this is the greatest time of your life, one of the greatest times of your life, I should say. So enjoy it and live it up.
It is a great time in your life, but I got to admit, as a guy who did this almost 40 years ago, I'll tell you, as life goes on, look forward to it because it does get better. It really does through the years.
I absolutely agree with you. There's so many different things. It seems like every step you take as you get older, high school is great. College is fantastic.
Absolutely.
Then you get the freedom of adulthood. Now, bills are, you know, a little different. But, you know, everybody has those. You'll learn. It'll be all right. But you get through it. But it's just things get better and better, and it's just a great this is the beginning of your life, really, as you graduate high school and kind of get that independence.
It really is. And take a deep breath because things won't always go as you plan, but realize that life is a wonderful gift and enjoy it. Take every minute and enjoy the gift you were given.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree even more.
So right now the seniors' final presentations down on the field as the Cougar band has come off. The Steele Knights are getting warm on the, to our vantage point to our right, just behind their inflatable helmet. As they bring on the field, get set for second half action. And we may have some halftime scores to pass along from around the area.
Absolutely. If we go back to the district play, coming into tonight, we needed, if you're the Canyon Cougars, you needed East Central, New Braunfels, and obviously San Marcos, and they're kind of out of the race to get losses tonight, especially East Central and New Braunfels. And it's going that way for East Central, 44-7. Judson all over the Hornets right now at halftime. Obviously, Judson, the number 3 team in the state, they are just a completely different animal, as the Cougars saw last week. But New Braunfels not doing their share right now. It's just coming out of halftime. It's 16-7, the Unicorns on the road at Lenoff Stadium over the Clemens Buffaloes, and what would be considered somewhat of an upset. New Braunfels up by 9 points at halftime. Obviously, a whole half football to go. And in other action in the district, over at Smithson Valley, the Rangers are up 37-7 over San Marcos at the half.
You are correct, as Mrs. Rowland just hit me up to let me know that. So absolutely.
And then one more note, this is not 6A, this is a 5A note, just of something of just, not futility, I guess the word I'm going to use, but I'm not sure what the record is here, but the Jefferson Mustangs out of San Antonio, Roland, they've scored 37 points all season, and it was in the first 2 games of the season. They scored 7 in week 1 and a loss. They won their second game of the season by scoring 30 points, and that was on September 7th. They haven't scored a point since, and I don't know when I've ever seen that in San Antonio area high school football in my life, that a team has gone 7 straight weeks without scoring a point. That's unprecedented.
I have got to tell you, though, the Thomas Jefferson High School football program, a proud program in San Antonio that has given us the likes of such greats as a man named Tommy Nobis, who is probably way before your time. I remember him playing when I was a kiddo. He played there, and one of my all-time favorites, the legendary late Gabe Rivera, who played there.
Absolutely. As I am an educator. When I'm not here on the radio waves with you fine people here in New Braunfels, and I actually used to teach over in the Jefferson High School area. Some of my former students are actually playing for Jefferson as we speak.
Wow! So
that's kind of why it hits close to home. Like, those are my kids over there, and they're having a rough go this season in high school football.
They are, and they're a proud tradition. They'll turn that program around. You just know it. It's just a matter of time as we get set for second half action. Both teams coming back on the field. Nathan Culbreth and Callan Farr back to receive the kickoff, as the Canyon Cougars will have the football to start the second half.
Canyon needs to get something going on offense here. Obviously, at this point, you need to just forget about the score right now and just focus on your offense, trying to get something moving. See if you can score quickly. Don't try and get it all back at one time. You're not going to do that. But just get some points on the board and see how things fall into place from there.
So here we go. We're getting set for second half action. As Simmons gets his right foot into the football, this will be handled by Callan Farr at the 15. At the 20, Farr breaking tackles across the 30, the 40-yard line before he's met there and dropped. Ball on the ground, but they're saying no, he was down before Simmons, the kicker, picked that up. It'll be Canyon football. Good field position. 1st and 10 at their own 45-yard line to start the second half.
Yeah, this is how you want to start. You get the ball at the 45 to start. It looks like hopefully there's not an injury there. Right there on the sideline at the 45.
Yeah, it does look like a Canyon player. Well, we don't know at this time.
It seems to be a Canyon player.
Yeah, everybody taking a knee. It's an official timeout. So on the kickoff, return by Callan Farr to the 45-yard line, the Canyon 45-yard line, which is where the Cougar offense will go to work 1st and 10. As we are standing by at the present time. And looks like the player is up right now. Certainly hope it wasn't it was Callan Farr himself as he's coming off the sideline.
Yeah, he's being helped off, kind of favoring. It looks like he's favoring his left leg. Actually, no, maybe favoring his right. I can't tell. They're kind of helping him off. The training staff helping him off, and he looks like he's going right back to the training table here.
Callan, a 5'9", 170-pound junior. Certainly has had a great career playing football here at Canyon. We wish him a speedy recovery. It's 1st and 10. Here's Bettis. Here's the handoff straight ahead. Nathan Culbreth tries to get to the 50 before he'll be met there and drugged back. In on the stop that time, that was Michael Sereno for Steele.
Yeah, running the ball right up the middle right there. Not much going. Got just about no gain whatsoever. The ball actually started ball listed at the 50-yard line.
Oh, so they started
not at the 45.
Correction then.
I had that
50-yard line.
I had that the same thing you did.
Okay, so it'll be 2nd and 10 after no gain on the play. Here's Bettis. Here's the handoff, Culbreth. Gets across the 50 into Knight territory at about the 47-yard line. Pickup of about 3 before once again Sereno making the stop for Steele.
Another 2-yard gain right there, it looks like. But once again, put them up to a 3rd and long here. But they're going to try and do that quick offense to see if they can get some movement here.
3rd down movement. And I think this may be, let's check this out. I believe it's defense. We'll check it. And that is the call. So that'll move the football up.
Yeah, the offense set up quickly and then attempted to do a quick snap, you would think, and the whole Steele defense, basically about 4 guys just jumped right through the line, and it wasn't one of the situations where you could get back across. They went straight through, which they would call unabated to the quarterback. So a quick 5 yards. Now it's a 3rd and manageable, 3rd and 3.
3 receivers to the far side for quarterback Xavier Pettis. Takes the snap, hands off. This is Culberth up the middle. Nice hole as he bangs out across the 40 to about the 36-yard line, that being the Steele 36th. And that'll be a 1st down for the Cougars.
This is how you want to start the half. You got a good drive going right here. Already down inside the Steele 40-yard line on the 36-yard line. A good start so far to the second half for Canyon.
Nathan Harrison, the wide receiver, flanked out to the far side. Garcia to the near side on a 1st and 10. Here's Bettis rolling this side. Has Garcia, overshot him at the 10-yard line.
Story of the night for Xavier Pettis. He had a receiver wide open. Garcia would have walked into the end zone. I think we were closer to him on the field than any defender was, and he overshot him. I think just you get so excited when you see a receiver that open. You're like, oh my goodness, I have to get the ball to him, and you kind of just try and aim it to him, and you miss your mark there.
Another rough situation. 2 receivers to the far side for quarterback Xavier Pettis on this 2nd and 10. Here's the snap. Here's Pettis, the keeper. Tries to get ahead and does so maybe to about the 35 for a pickup of 1. And that'll bring up a 3rd down. 3rd and call it about 9.
I think they're doing a good job of going to the passing game. It's open. Just I'd like to see them maybe hit some quick passes to get Xavier a chance to get some confidence in his passes tonight, because the receivers are open. The plays are there.
Harrison and Garcia flanked out to the far side on this 3rd and 9. Culberth blown back in the backfield with Bettis. This time unloads. Has a man at the 20. That is Garcia. Down to about the 18-yard line. Now he's clicking. That'll be a big Cougar 1st down.
That play has been there all night. That little slant into the middle, almost like a post corner route right there. It's just almost like a skinny post right there off the line of scrimmage and wide open. Another big gain. Jacob Garcia is having a really big night tonight for the Cougars, and he has been Xavier Pettis' favorite target, especially with Callan Farr laid up on the training table. Right now, actually, I think he's been moved from the table.
James Pettis checks into the ball game offensively for Canyon on a 1st down. Here's the snap. It is to Pettis, kind of in on a Wildcat situation. Penalty markers down. And we'll check this. James Pettis, 6'3", 245-pound senior. Normally plays the slot or a fullback position for the Canyon Cougars. The call is holding against Canyon.
Another penalty is going to push the Cougars back here. It's got to be frustrating for Coach Lefsis tonight that any kind of momentum you get going whatsoever, there's something to seem to get in the way.
So that moves it back. It'll be 1st, and they're going to call it 1st and 20 from about the 28-yard line. And Harrison and Garcia flanked out to the far side. Once again, Culberth alone back in the backfield for quarterback Xavier Pettis. Now here's the snap. Pettis rolling near side, unloads, has a man. Nice catch into the end zone. Touchdown Canyon. As hauling that one in was the big tight end, Adam Alcorta.
An 18-yard touchdown pass right there from Pettis, getting Canyon on the board. That's exactly how you want to start the second half, Rowan. You get the ball, you move it down the field. I talked about the passing game seemed to be open. Now you have momentum. Now you see what you can do in the second half.
Alcorta, a big target, too, at 6'5". He's a senior. Hauling that one in. This one out of the hold of Payne McKay. As the extra point will be coming from Cameron Welch. The snap. The kick is up, and the Cougars on the board to start the second half. 8:13 left to go in the third quarter, and our score is now Steele 38, Canyon 7. We'll be back with more in just a moment. This is Cougar football, and this is the Cougar Network.
Your life is full of journeys. You're always on the go, dealing with ever-changing challenges. And there's a place where you always feel welcome and safe. A place you call home. But you can't be everywhere at once. Or can you? Honeywell Total Connect keeps you connected to your home no matter where you are. Receive push notifications on your iOS device every time motion is captured or someone presses your Skybell video doorbell. You can now see, hear, and speak to your visitors all through the Honeywell Total Connect iOS app.
Hello, Becky.
Hi, Aunt Susan, I'm here.
Sure, I'll open the door for you.
You can use your smartphone to disarm the security system and unlock the door for your guests, while seeing, hearing, and speaking to your visitor all from one app on a single screen. Honeywell Total Connect helps to increase your home security, keeping you comfortable and always in control. Now you can focus on what truly matters. Enjoy the convenience you've never had before. Honeywell Total Connect grants you peace of mind so you'll never miss anything.
For the live here following the touchdown, we'll review that touchdown drive here in just a moment. But it appears that the Cougars are going to try an onside kick. Well, not necessarily. They just pooch it short. And coming up with this at about his 30-yard line and returning it is Tyron Smith.
Uh-oh.
A little bit of activity there. How did that last drive work for Canyon?
Well, we have a Canyon scoring drive tonight for the first time tonight. A 18-yard touchdown pass from Xavier Perez to Mr. Adam Alcorta. 7-play, 50-yard drive. Took 3 minutes and 41 seconds to start the second half. It is now 37-7. Steele with the lead over Canyon.
And Steele has the football. 1st and 10, they come near side. And there's that man again we just talked about, Tyron Smith, who hauls that in, gets down to near the 50-yard line before he'll be met there and dropped. And on the stop that time for Canyon, that was Jacob Trevino from his defensive line position.
Steele with a quick start to get the ball just about to a 2nd and 1 now. Canyon needs to get some sort of stop here. Like I said, not necessarily to take over the game and get all the points back right now, just to keep the momentum going. You scored. Now you see if your defense can get out there and get the ball back for you.
Here's the handoff to Bose. Nothing doing there. That stingy Cougar defense closing up that hole very quickly.
It's going to be real close to see if he got close to the first down. He need to get to the 49. I think he's going to be about a yard short. I'm not sure if he got anything at all. So a great stand right there on 2nd down. One more down to go. Can the Cougars get the Steele offense off the field here?
Mason Kuntz with the stop that time for Canyon. 3rd and 1 this time for Steele. Give Dubose straight ahead. This time nothing doing as he's wrapped up. He'll be dropped for a loss.
A great stand right there. Lots of pressure put almost the entire Canyon Cougar defensive line just basically into the backfield, and we have a Steele Knight that's actually laying on the ground right now, rolling around, but now he's up. And
certainly do. That's the lineman Peter Saleh. He's up under his own power. Good to see. Jacob Trevino that time coming over to help with the stop. He's had a couple of big plays this past drive. And they're going to say that was no gain on the play by Dubose, so that'll bring up a 4th and 1 for Steele.
A big stop right here, but it looks like Steele's going to go for it here on 4th and 1. Can the Cougars get the ball back to their offense at midfield?
Two receivers to the near side. This time they hand off, penalty markers down. By all indications, it looks like the Cougars stopped at Bose. He's coming over to make that stop. That time was Kyle Collier from his defensive lineman position. Let's see what the call is.
Illegal formation? Yes, illegal.
Illegal formation.
Illegal motion.
Illegal motion, rather. You're correct. And the Cougar defense is held, so it'll be 1st and 10 Canyon. As another big defensive stop. That'll put the ball back in the hands of Xavier Pettis and that Cougar offense.
What a great stop right there. Three plays in a row of 1 yard to go, and there's basically a goal line stand at midfield to get the ball back to your team.
Here's the snap. Here's Pettis. Here's the handoff straight ahead. Nice hole that time. It's Haney. Banging across the 40, that is, down to about the 36-yard line. Nice carry that time before he'll be met there and stopped by Warren Carter for Steele.
A great play on 1st down. Now, see what a little confidence can do for your offense. They're rolling that. Now they're actually, basically, now as my dad was saying, they're cooking with gas.
Absolutely. They're straight ahead once again. Look at Haney banging across the 25 down to around the 23-yard line. Haney at it again on the ground.
Down to just about the 24-yard line, like you said. 1st and 10 right here again. About to be inside the red zone.
This time Harrison goes flanked out to the far side. It's 1st and 10 from the 24. Here's Pettis. Here's the handoff once again. Haney, this time they were waiting for him, but he still bangs ahead across the 20. They're going to get him just shy of the 19. He's coming over to make the stop that time, Christian Baldemar.
Another 4-yard gain right there on 1st down. You see what happens when you get a little confidence in your offense. Now they know they can move the ball. Offensive line not, dejected so much of all the mistakes that have been happening, kind of blowing Steele off the line, and you're getting huge holes right in the middle.
Once again, why not go with Haney? Big hole across the 10, down to around the 5-yard line before he'll be met there by Cromartie. But that'll move the chains and give the Cougars a 1st and goal.
1st and goal down on the 5-yard line. It's what worked in the first drive of the game. You have the ball. You're not running in the same spot on the line, but you're running up the middle, off to the side a little bit. Huge holes being created by your line and moving the ball down the field. The Steele defense is tired. You have guys standing around with their hands on their hips. This is the time to strike again.
On a 1st and goal, once again to give Haney this time. Couple of tough yards on the right side of the field. That time before he'll be met there and stopped by Mason Sharp, bringing up a 2nd and goal.
I like to see a play-action pass here from Coach Lepsis to see that you're running the ball with Haney so well, you're getting yardage on every single carry right now. Maybe go play action and hit something out wide open in the flat.
Haney coming out for a breather. Nathan Culbreth in, and he gets the handoff straight ahead. Culbreth banging ahead into the end zone. Touchdown, Canyon.
Once again, that's why I am not the coach and why I'm up here in the booth with you. Play action was a terrible idea. Just hand the ball to your running back and put it in the end zone.
4:06 left to go in the 3rd quarter, and there is life in those Canyon Cougars. Nathan Culbreth takes that thing in from about 4 yards out. He's well trying to try the extra point out of the hold of McKay. The snap is down, the kick is up. It's good with 4:06 left to go in the 3rd quarter. It's Steele 37, Canyon 14. We'll be back with more Canyon football in just a moment. This is the Cougar Network. Six left to go in the 3rd quarter. And a 3rd quarter, I guess we can call this thus far, Cougar 3rd quarter.
Yeah, it's the Canyon Cougar 3rd quarter right now. A 7-play, 48-yard drive, taking 2 minutes and 10 seconds off the clock, capped off with a Culbreth 3-yard touchdown run. There is life here in New Braunfels. It is now 37-14. The Cougars really playing really well so far in the third quarter. 2 short fields. You get the ball at the 50 basically for both possessions, and they 7 plays and put the ball in the end zone.
And here we go again with everybody lined up tight.
Looks like the flying V from the Mighty Ducks.
And the kick is off this time, trying to go onside, but it's recovered by Mason Sharp about the 48-yard line. Or we'll see where they mark this.
Well, you know, all night long, one thing that's been consistent is that I don't know what I'm talking about as far as coaching. But I'm gonna keep going back to the well. I don't know if, for me, if I would have onside it like that. Your defense just made a great stand. Put the ball back deep. I know there's weapons in the back that can return the ball for them, and they're dangerous. But give your defense a chance. Now Steele starting the ball at midfield again.
Well, that's 1st and 10 for the Knights. Line of scrimmage is their own 48. Pass out to the far side, complete to Jackson, who's knocked out of bounds. Just getting across midfield as McKay knocks him out of bounds for Canyon. Gain of 2 on that pass play. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That was defended very well. They were waiting for him on the outside, and he had nowhere to go except for kind of just basically try and get as much as he could, then step out of bounds. Use that defender as an extra. Use that the sideline as an extra defender.
Once again, going to the far side and finding his receiver Daniel Jackson. Takes this out across the 45 to about the 44. Nice gain on that play. Still going to be just shy of the first down. It should be 3rd and 2 from the 44.
Here's where they cut their teeth in the last drive. 3rd and short. Got stops on 3rd and 4th and short right at midfield. This time the ball's on the Canyon side of the field at the 44-yard line, but can the Cougars come up with another defensive play here? Steele been throwing the ball out into the flat to the right side on both plays so far on this drive.
So here we go, big 3rd down, 3rd and 2 from the 44. The quarterback, Vigil, decides to keep it himself. He'll have a 1st down and more as he crosses the 35 down to around the 32-yard line before Shoestring tackled that time on the far side of the field. I believe that was McKay once again for Canyon.
Vigil can kind of do it all. He's been throwing the ball pretty well tonight, and he can do it with his feet. We said it earlier, this kid is going to be an absolute weapon in this district. He's only a sophomore.
From the 32, it's 1st and 10 for Steele. Trips to the near side, 2 receivers to the far side for Vigil, dropping back, looking for Jackson, finding him across the 25. Nice spin move to get him to the 23-yard line. Jackson's had him a big night catching the football for the Knights.
Yeah, he's their biggest weapon on the outside, Daniel Jackson. He's 6'3", 193, a junior, and basically Vigil's favorite target, and actually has breakaway speed once he gets out into the flat, into open space as well.
Well, they got trips this time coming near side on a 1st and 10. Once again, looking for Jackson, overthrew him just out of his reach. McKay back defensively for Canyon.
Jackson running a slant there, but Gio just kind of missed him over the top. Had him open, and he had space to run, work back into the middle of the field, maybe get down toward the end zone. A break there for the Cougars.
2 receivers either side this time for the sophomore Steele quarterback on a 2nd down. Unloads. This time once again has Jackson. He knows where to go inside the 15. Probably mark him down at about the 14-yard line. Say that's where his forward progress got him before Cole Seeley. Also Zach Berger there, number 44, to wrap him up.
It's going to bring up a 3rd and looks like about 2 or 3 yards here. If you're Canyon, you want to get a stop, obviously, but you want to force at the least a field goal attempt so you can keep your chances to maybe get back into this game.
It's 3rd and 2. Line of scrimmage is the 14. 2 receivers to the near side, 2 to the far side. Lone back in the backfield. Here's Vigil trying to unload. Nothing doing there. He's caught from behind and drugged down. Great defensive pursuit that time. Over to make the stop as soon as I can find that young man's number. Certainly want to give him credit for the stop. I'm staring straight at him. It's
the hard part about the black jerseys with the red numbers, but they're kind of some of them are difficult to see from way over here.
Not only that, these over 50 eyes don't help either, so that's another part of the problem. But that was a wonderful play. 4th and 3, 4th down, 3 yards to go for Steele. Here's the snap. Here's Bajia looking far side, this time off the top of his shoes, making the catch. It's the wide receiver, Tyron Smith, breaking tackles into the end zone for another Steele Knight touchdown.
What's unfortunate there is I think they had him, and they had him stop short of the first down. He made a great catch off his shoestrings and then gets into the end zone after breaking a few tackles. And that's just kind of how the night has gone for the Cougars tonight.
Well, 55 ticks of the clock left to go in the third quarter, and the Steele Knights have put more points on the board. Here's Simmons out of the hold of Tyron Smith. Man who just scored that touchdown. The extra point is up, and it's good. Our score now, the Steele Knights 44, the Canyon Cougars 14. We'll be back with more third quarter action in just a moment. This is the Cougar Network. Back with you at Cougar Stadium. The Knights have just gone into the end zone, and how did it happen, Mike Benson?
It was an 8-play, 52-yard drive, taking 3 minutes and 5 seconds off the clock. Wyatt Bajia with a 16-yard touchdown pass to Tyron Smith, making the score 44-14 Steele with 55 seconds left to go in the third quarter.
This time we've got Garcia and Culbreth back to return the kickoff. This coming from the foot of Zachary Simmons. It's really been an entertaining third quarter. Couple of touchdowns for Canyon, one for Steele, and this is Garcia with a return as he gets it up over the 25-yard line. Special teams stop on the play that time for Steele, and that was Xavier Player with the stop. Little help as well coming from Jay Reed. That'll bring up a first down for Canyon. Line of scrimmage there, marking this at the 26. So here's Pettis taking the snap, the handoff. I believe that's Culbreth banging out across the 26, maybe the 27, give him a pickup of 1. Before he'll be met there and stopped. And, of course, in on that stop that was Broderick Howard, who's had a whale of a game himself.
Yeah, he has. He's kind of been everywhere tonight. Sorry to cut you off.
It's all right. Second, actually, they're saying no gain on the play, so it'll be 2nd and 10. Looks like the Cougars are trying to draw the Knights off sides there on defense. See what happens. The snap. Pick the handoff. Bettis the keeper. He's across the 30, across the 40. Bettis zagging to the outside. Gets across midfield and into Knight territory at about the 46-yard line before he'll be met there. A big first down for Canyon.
What a great play by Xavier. That might be Xavier Pettis' best play of the night. Looked what he had on the outside, decided just to tuck it and run. Lots of open space, and then a great cutback right across to the right side of the field to make a huge play for the Cougars as we end the third quarter.
And that will end the third quarter. Our score, the Steele Knights 44, the Canyon Cougars 14. Put another 12 on the board, and let's play some more football. We'll be back with more in just a moment. This is the Cougar Network.
Join us on the Hill Country Mile in Bernie's historic downtown for an old-fashioned holiday kickoff with all the trimmings at the 19th Annual Dickens on Main celebration, Thanksgiving weekend, November 23rd and 24th. Bring friends and family to welcome the Christmas season with live music, theatrical performances, carriage rides, Santa visits, and more along snowy Main Street. Admission is free, and the memories last a lifetime. Visit dickensonmain.com for all the details.
Mike Benson, Roland J. Reese back with you to start the fourth quarter here in New Braunfels at Cougar Stadium. And a penalty apparently coming up against the Canyon Cougars to get things started.
Yeah, not the way you want to start the fourth quarter. You're down by 30 points. You need a lot of points in very quickly. I wouldn't be surprised if they score touchdowns to see some two-point conversions here in the fourth quarter here. But you don't want to start behind the 8 ball now after a nice play by your quarterback. Now it's 1st and 15.
1st and 15. Harrison and Garcia flanked out to the near side. Here's Xavier taking the snap, faking the handoff, pass over the middle, incomplete. That was intended for Garcia back defensively. Chase Cromartie, the big hit. It'll bring up a 2nd and 15 for Canyon.
Yeah, Garcia's been open all night on that little crossing route. Not really crossing route, that little skinny post, and they were waiting for it that time, and he got lit up as the ball came to him.
Well, he and Nathan Harrison, normally listed as a tight end, but playing wide receiver due to the injury to Callan Farr in the ball game. In the slot is Michael Bassett on this 2nd and 15. Bettis rolling. Bettis has Bassett at the 45, down to the 40, and when he ducks that head, look out. He's over to put a hit on him. That was Paris Byard. He's a 5'11", 150-pound senior cornerback.
Yeah, Michael Bassett is a sophomore, but he is a beefy sophomore. I don't mean folks that he's a large, like he's a chunky. No, he's just a big, solid kid and hard to tackle.
3rd and 5 right now for Canyon. Seems to be some. Was there a flag down? It looks like there was a flag down. They're going to back it up. I didn't see what the call was.
I didn't see what the call was either. I saw Steele players clapping, and now they're backing up the Canyon Cougars. It was 3rd and 5, now it's 3rd and 9. I've never heard of a 4-yard penalty, so I'm not really sure what happened.
Interesting. Send 2 receivers to the far side. Harrison to the near side. Here's Bettis rolling far side, keeps the ball himself. Tries to get out of the grasp of the defender, does so for just a moment. But he'll be stopped at the 44-yard line. Good pursuit that time. Warren Carter had Xavier Bettis on the run. That'll bring up a 4th and 8. The offense is going to stay on the field. I guess rightfully so, down 30 points. See if you can cut into this lead a little more.
Yeah, I think every spot of the field right now is 4-down territory because you need to get some points. You need to get some points quickly.
So 2 receivers come out to the near side. Bassett, the lone receiver, on the far side on this 4th and 8. Xavier taking the snap. Looking near side. Has Garcia in and out of his hands. As back defensively, that was Cromartie for the Steele Knights. Looked like Garcia had it there for just a moment, but just couldn't pull it in.
Yeah, that was a great play. Garcia was there. Cromartie, again, you talked about it at the top of the broadcast tonight. Just an aggressive player. So many solo tackles on the season, and just a big hit to jar the ball loose and get the ball back for his offense.
Absolutely. 78 tackles thus far in the season for Cromartie. 35 solo tackles. So he's had himself quite a 2018 campaign. Of course, his performance here tonight is going to only add to those numbers as the Knights take over offensively. 1st and 10, line of scrimmage is their own 44-yard line. New quarterback in the game, by the way. New running back in the game for Steele, by the way, as well. He's carrying the football for the Knights. That is Troy Gaddis, who is a junior 152-pound running back. Then at quarterback, DJ Villarreal. He's a 6'1", 160-pound junior quarterback for the Knights.
Well, looks like Steele's go ahead and calling off the Dogs. They're up by 30 with 9 minutes to go in this game. Just kind of get some other players some playing time as they head toward, it looks like, toward the playoffs.
So the handoff once again. It goes to Gaddis. He'll bang ahead just across the 45, about the 46 is where they're going to mark this. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 8 for Steele. I think right now their goal is just to get that time off the clock.
Absolutely. Just trying to get out of here with the win. You're up by 30 points with 9 minutes to go in the game. Just want to escape here with a win and see where you fall in the rest of the district standings.
And they break huddling as Villarreal taking the snap. Looking far side. He's got a man. That is Jaden Hamilton. Checked into the ball game at wide receiver for the Knights. That'll move the chains and give Steele another first down.
A nice little pass. Surprisingly, they threw a pass there, but want to get him some playing time. Nice little pass to the outside to a wide open receiver. Did a good job getting both feet inbounds, even though you only need one in the high school game.
8:20, 8:19. Clock continues to move. Hamilton comes flanked out to the near side this time. McKnight to the far side on a first down. Here's a handoff. Nice move of Gaddis across the 40-yard line down to around the 39 before he'll be met there and dropped. Reagan Hopper and on the stop that time for Canyon Cougars has Payne McKay checking out of the ball game right now.
It's obviously not how you want to go out on senior night, your last home game of the season for the Cougars. Just kind of it's the second quarter that really just changed the whole game here tonight.
Single receiver either side for quarterback DJ Villarreal on a second down. Once again, the handoff to Gaddis across the 30, the 25, the 15, inside the 10. Trying to twist and turn his way inside the 5-yard line to get to the end zone. He'll be knocked out of bounds at about the 3. It'll be 1st and goal, Steele.
Yeah, that was just a play that seemed a little bit of a misdirection. He got to the outside and just had a huge amount of space to run down the field. Canyon was able to force him out about the 3-yard line, but looks like Steele's trying to punch it in to get over the 50-point threshold tonight.
And this, of course, as you were mentioning, the second team certainly wanting to show something there to Coach David Sine, saying, hey, we need our shot too. Single receiver either side for quarterback DJ Villarreal. Here's the handoff. Gaddis, nothing doing this time. As that hole closed quickly. He's over to make the stop. That was Caden Holt, 6'1" sophomore.
Yeah, knocked him back actually for a 2-yard loss there. Good play. This is all about pride now for the Cougar defense. You don't want to let them come in here and drop 50 points in your house. You gave up 59 points last week to Judson. Obviously, Judson's number 3 in the state. You don't want to give up 50 points 2 straight weeks. Even if you're not going to the playoffs, you want to be able to just have a little pride here and see if you can keep them out of the end zone.
McKnight to the far side. Coming to the near side is Jaden Hamilton on his 2nd and goal for the Steele Knights. Villarreal with the snap. Villarreal will be sacked.
Yeah, he fumbled that snap as he got up. He put the ball on the ground, and then he ran off, tried to get away and get to the outside for a 5-yard loss.
Once again, Caden Holt coming over from his nose guard position to make the stop on the Steele quarterback. Throw him for a loss of 5. It's going to be, should be 3rd and goal, I believe. If we look at the down marker, should be 3rd and goal. 2 receivers to the near side. Villarreal takes the snap. He's looking near side. Pass over the head of his intended receiver, Jaden Hamilton. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Yeah, he had the receiver open, maybe a little bit of coverage there, but threw it about 5 feet over his head, so now it brings up the field goal unit. A good stand by the Canyon defense right there. Looks like the field goal unit's on the field. By
all indications, yes, indeed, there is the holder, Tyron Smith. to be spotted at the 17. This will be a 27-yard field goal attempt off the right foot of Zachary Simmons. Snap is down, the kick is up, and it's no good. It goes just wide right. So 5:25 left to go in tonight's ball game. Score remains Steele 44, Canyon 14.
Well, it's not over. I don't see Frank Reich in the building, but you need 30 points, so that's 4 touchdowns and 2 2-point conversions, and there you go.
Mike mentioned you could have told me that was going to happen against the Warren Moon team. I would have never believed you.
I remember watching that game with my grandfather, and I never thought they would have come back.
I can't say the things I said watching that game. Let's just put it that way.
This is high school radio.
Yes, indeed. 1st and 10 for the Cougars. Here's a handoff, straight up the middle. Nothing doing there. Well, actually, give him a couple of yards. Haney busting his way for a couple of yards before he'll be met there and stopped. Vincent Quintana in on the stop for Steele that time. The clock continues to run. They're going to give him a pickup of 3. It's 2nd and 7 for the Canyon Cougars. Here's the snap. Nice handoff. Once again, Haney trying to get out. Does so to about the 23. Give him a pickup of 1. Should make it about 3rd and 7.
Yeah, so I guess it looks like we have a timeout on the field. Yep, Canyon calling a timeout. I'm surprised they're running the ball so much, down by 30 with, 5 minutes to go. I want to put the ball in the air to see if you can get something down the field, and then you're calling a timeout.
And
so
yeah, of course, and if it's an incomplete, the clock should stop right on the incompletion.
So.
All right. Well, let's see if we can look at some other scores, see how things are shaping up across the district, maybe across the state.
Well, we have a game there. Most of the games in the district tonight are very similar to what we have here. One team has 14 points. The other team has about half 100, if not more. Judson up 51-14 in the fourth quarter. 6 minutes to go over East Central, and out at Smithson Valley up 58-14 with 5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. But in Schertz at Lenoff Stadium, New Braunfels has a 23-15 lead. It was 23-7 just a few minutes ago. 6:46 to go in the fourth quarter. Clemens seeing if they can make a comeback, down by just 8 against the New Braunfels Unicorns. A win by Clemens would basically wrap up all 4 playoff spots in the district.
This is a 3rd and 8. This is the give to Haney, trying to find the corner. Does, crosses the 30. There's a penalty marker on the field. That may be a hold call. We'll see. What'd I tell you?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that one against Canyon, so that's going to negate that fine run by Seth Haney.
Those 50-plus eyes still work. They caught that one from way up here.
I got to tell you, it has been an honor to see that young man run the football for the couple of years that I've had the privilege to cover Canyon High School football. It's certainly been enjoyable to see him and the likes of Xavier Pettis as well, and see how that young man has grown.
Yeah, the class act on the field, doesn't celebrate, just gives the ball back to the referee and goes about his business.
Pass to the outside, complete to Harrison before he'll be met and wrapped up there by Paris Byard. That'll bring up a 4th down for Canyon with just a little over 4.5 minutes left to go here this evening. Well, Canyon wraps up the 2018 football campaign next week on the road in San Marcos. Meanwhile, the Steele Knights will be at home in Cibolo over Lenoff Stadium to take on East Central. And there's a penalty marker. The player was coming in. I think that was Haney actually coming in from the sidelines, I believe.
You don't see that often, Rowan. I mean, the ball's being snapped as a player's running in. He's clearly on the defensive side. He's basically in the defensive secondary.
I thought to myself, there's some wrinkle about football that I just totally didn't get when I saw that.
Yeah, I've never seen an offensive player running toward the offensive line.
I've watched
from the other side.
Yeah, I've watched Canadian football, arena football, but that one just kind of took me.
Usually the arena football, they can have the running start, but they're usually behind the line running toward the defense instead of running toward the offense at an angle. That's just a late substitution, basically, that 10 men on the field, tried to get the 11th guy on, came in way too late. another mental mistake tonight. Kind of been the story of the night for Canyon. You have a stop earlier on third down, a 15-yard penalty negates that. You have, after a timeout, a 5-yard false start. Just a lot of mental mistakes in that second quarter tonight.
First down, Knights. Here's a give straight ahead. Carrying the football that time, Trail Kelly, senior running back. The clock continues to run now with 4 minutes left to go in the ball game this evening. So the playoff picture, any clearer view of how the playoff picture is shaking out for our district?
It looks like Steele's going to be in. I don't know if they're clinched up yet. It all depends on New Braunfels. They only have 3 losses in district, so if New Braunfels, as the Cougars, get a nice about 5-yard loss right there on second down, if the Unicorns win tonight, it'll put them at 3-3 in district, and it'll put Clemens at 4-2. So Steele could put themselves in a good spot to actually move up because they beat Clemens, and they'll have the same record, and they'll have the same district record. So you would think a tiebreaker would put Steele farther up in the district standings, maybe into that second spot ahead of Smithson Valley. But Smithson Valley will have the same district record tonight going with them. But it looks like there's another penalty on the field.
Face mask penalty against the Cougars. I think maybe a hand got in there as Ethan Stokes, the 5'11", 200-pound sophomore running back, was running the football that time for Steele.
All 4 spots will not be clinched yet. Judson's obviously is already in. Clemens looks like they're going to be in. They'll be at 4-2 now, with actually only 1 game left to go. The only team that would be able to catch them would be New Braunfels, because East Central is going to go down to Judson tonight. So it will all come down to New Braunfels playing next week as Steele runs the ball and gets about no gain here on first down. But New Braunfels is at home next week, Unicorn Stadium, taking on the Smithson Valley Rangers in a game they have to have. Smithson Valley can take care of business and put themselves into the playoffs where they win next week at New Braunfels.
Carrying the football that time, Trayvon Jackson. He is a junior running back. Of course, Coach Sines getting some of his bench players into the ball game, get them a little practical game experience, and why not? The idea is a break huddle. Be 2nd and 11. Line of scrimmage is the 20-yard line. All they want to do is get the time off the clock at this point. Here's Villarreal. Pass batted down. That time coming over defensively. We get that young man's number. I believe that was Kyle Collier, of course, from his defensive line position. And the clock stops with the incomplete pass with 2:36 left to go. 3rd and 11 right now. Line of scrimmage is the 20. The Knights can get a first down if they get to the 9-yard line. 2 receivers this time coming to the near side for quarterback DJ Villarreal. He's gone all the way in the 4th quarter. Here's a pass. It is complete, close to the first down. He may have had it. As coming up with that is Jaden Hamilton. Back defensively, Jacob Vest.
That was a nice
Canyon.
That was a nice pass to the outside, and actually a good job of going down and picking the ball off the ground, kind of making a diving catch.
Yeah, they're going to mark him a yard short. They're going to say he was stopped at the 10, so that'll bring up a 4th and 1. 2 minutes left in this one this evening. Steele will go for it. Send a receiver either side. Villarreal takes the snap. Villarreal hands off straight ahead. They're not going to get the first down. Good defensive pursuit that time. That was James Bettis coming over to make the stop on the Steele running back. And the Cougar offense will take over 1st and 10 with a minute 45 left to go in the ball game.
Yeah, this is going to be just, you would think, just to run the ball, to run the clock and get out of here. A better effort in the second half for Canyon. Just the second quarter was just too much to overcome.
Made some adjustments. First down. Here's Xavier faking the pass. He'll keep it across the 15, be dropped at about the 17-yard line. Making the stop that time for Steele was Cruz Untz, sophomore defensive back. Give him a gain of 5. It's 2nd and 5. Xavier pump fakes. This time decides to put it away and try to keep it once again. Nothing doing there as he's going to be thrown for a loss.
You just wonder if it was they changed the play calling up a little bit. Maybe if it was too little, too late. But notice a lot more passing, and obviously you're down by a lot of points. You got to throw the ball. But just mobility from Xavier in the second half, and a much better half of football for him.
It's 3rd down. Here's Xavier taking the snap. Now decides to try and put it away. Across the 20, won't reach the 25-yard line before he'll be met there. Coming over to make the stop, that was Jose Mendoza, senior defensive tackle, 201 pounds.
So we're under a minute here. Oh, looks like somebody called a timeout here.
And here's a timeout. It's by the looks of the scoreboard, that was Canyon calling the timeout there with 43 seconds left. Going to mark this at the 23. As you mentioned, it does look like Steele possibly getting a playoff position.
Yeah, they're in great shape now. They're going to be 4-2 in district. The only team that could even tie that record, or if they lose next week, if Steele were to lose next week at home against East Central, then maybe New Braunfels could catch them.
Two receivers either side. Xavier Pettis across the middle looking for Bassett. It was just off his fingertips as Untz was back defensively for Steele. That stops the clock with 40 seconds left. It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Cougars, and the line of scrimmage is their own 23-yard line.
Like I said earlier, just a rough way to end the season for the Cougars, but they can be proud of the way they fought here in the second half as Pettis throws the ball down the field. Actually, a really nice pass out down the left side to his favorite target tonight, Garcia again.
Nice catch that time by Jacob Garcia. Gets out of bounds to stop the clock with 33 seconds left. Line of scrimmage, they're going to mark this at about the 44-yard line. Move the chains and give the Canyon Cougars another first down. Two receivers either side once again for quarterback Xavier Pettis. Here's the snap. Quick drop once again. Jacob Garcia reaching up to pull that down, but does so. Across the 45, down to around the 47. Give him a pickup of, call it 3. It'll be 2nd and 7.
Pettis throws a good ball. He's had some overthrows tonight, but he puts the ball right there for his receivers to catch it.
Once again, two receivers either side. He's looking in that direction. He puts it away himself, crosses midfield, the 45, the 40. Still on his feet before he's struck down at about the 35-yard line. Coming over to make the stop for the Steele Knights, that is Joel Cepeda, 178-pound senior defensive end for the Knights.
Another timeout looks like here, the final timeout of the night for Canyon, maybe to get some last-minute points on the board. You got 19 seconds to go in a 30-point game.
That's it. It was 9-0 at the end of the first quarter. As I recall, Steele had a big second quarter to up that lead. The Canyon Cougars came out, put 14 points on the board in the third quarter. Since then, it's been the Steele Knights once again.
Yeah, it's been all Steele all night long, except for that third quarter, like you said. But the second quarter, 28-0 for Steele, really just kind of put them in position to take control of this game.
And unless my San Antonio College mathematics is wrong, the Cougars have outscored Steele here in the second half.
Yeah, it's been 14-7 in the second half. So second quarter is the difference in the game.
Here we go. Here's Pettis taking the snap. Pettis unloads. Pettis has Bassett running over his defender, getting inside the 20-yard line. He just ran over that Knights defender, who was Jamian Thomas. Just head down and boom. Now under 10 seconds left. This probably, I was going to say it could be the last play of the game. Xavier Pettis spikes it. You think he's going end zone this play?
I would hope so. if they run the ball here, I'm going to be a little confused. I mean, with 7 seconds to go, you got one shot basically from the 30-yard line. Didn't work out in the first half because of a 10-second runoff because of a false start. You'd hope the same thing doesn't happen here.
Well,
but
Harrison and Garcia out to the far side. We got Alcorta lined up as a tight end on the near side along with Bassett. Here's possibly the last play of the game. Looking end zone pass in and out of the hands of Garcia. Good defensive coverage that time. Bruce Untz from his defensive back position. And I guess we got time for one more play.
Yep, 3 seconds to go from the 19-yard line. Maybe a chance for just a little, you might call it, stat padding, but it's confidence. You want to have confidence going into your last game of the season. It's Xavier Pettis' last game of his high school career next weekend. So you want to maybe get him some confidence going into that game.
Taking his last snap at home for the Cougars, he decides to put the ball away. He's scrambling. Now he unloads, looking for the end zone. Caught! Touchdown, Canyon!
What a great moment for Xavier. Look at the crowd. They know it's a blowout, but people are raising their hands, and it's not in mockery. They're excited. What a great way to end your high school career at home.
Was there a penalty called?
Oh, no. Oh, the band is celebrating.
I could be wrong. I thought there was a penalty called.
It looks like there might have been. If there's another 5-second runoff because of a penalty at the end of this game, like the first half, oh, man, there was a penalty.
There was. I thought I saw the white cap pointing in the direction of the Cougars, so they're going to get one more shot at it.
Do it again, Xavier. Oh.
You got to love it. And this one, the final play of the ball game. Here's the snap. Here's Xavier dropping back. Scrambling to get out of pressure, looking to unload. This time he's just going to put it away. And he'll be drugged down at about the 14-yard line, calling that'll be tonight's ball game. You got to love the gutsy performance there at the end of the game by that Cougar offense, and Xavier Pettis leading the way. And our final score from New Braunfels this evening is the Steele Knights on top of the Canyon Cougars by a final of 44-14. We'll be right back to wrap this up from New Braunfels in just a moment. This is the Cougar Network.
Texas Tractor Country is proud to serve as your Mahindra tractor dealer located in New Braunfels. We offer a wide selection of side-by-side utility vehicles, Makita and Echo Power equipment, trailers, and bad boy mowers. Come by and see us at our New Braunfels showroom on 306. Go Cougs!
If you bank at Frost, we'll help keep your money safe. If you use your Frost debit card, the chip will make it more secure. If there's a suspicious transaction on your card, you'll get an alert. If you do, you can freeze your card with the Frost app. If you lose your phone, Touch ID login will help keep the app secure. Of course, if all you need is help from people who care, we've got that too.
Well, back with you now at New Braunfels, Canyon High School. Final time of the 2018 season, and we did see a gutsy performance from a team that just didn't die. They decided they wanted to play football in the second half, and the Cougars came out and did so. Scoring, Mike Benson.
Well, it started off the night. Steele had an early lead, 3-0 after a 33-yard field goal. Wyatt Bajil, 5-yard touchdown run, made it 9-0 because they did not get the 2-point conversion they tried to go for real quick. 9-0 after one quarter. Second quarter is when all the wheels fell off the car. Wyatt Bajil with a 19-yard touchdown run to make it 16-0. Shortly after that, it was 3 straight touchdowns within a 5-minute game time period. Bagil, a 32-yard touchdown pass to McKnight, made it 23-0. He hit Jones for a 26-yard touchdown pass on a 2-play, 17-second drive. Those last two drives, a combined 26 seconds, 14 points in 26 seconds. And then to end the half, a blocked punt, a 30-yard punt return, a blocked punt return for a touchdown, 37-0 at the half. Canyon comes out with a 7-play drive, an 18-yard touchdown pass from Perez to Alcorta, making it 37-7. Colbert, a 3-yard touchdown run, made it 37-14, and we had a ball game. And then Bagil had another 16-yard touchdown pass, this time to Smith. 8 plays, 52 yards, made it 44-14. Wyatt Bagil tonight, 2 touchdown runs, 3 touchdown passes to 3 different receivers. The kid is a sophomore.
Wow, Coach Sines has got to be, as I mentioned, thanking his lucky stars for that one. So it was, as we mentioned, a gutsy second half performance by the Canyon Cougars. And district-wise, how are we looking with the score? I'm sure we got some finals to pass.
Oh, yeah, the district is final across the board. All 4 scores are done. Obviously, we had 44-14 here. Smithson Valley took care of business tonight, 58-14 at home against San Marcos. Smithson Valley now improving to 4-2 in district, almost cementing their spot in the playoffs. Steele obviously also 4-2 in district now, not completely clinched yet because of the game. There's one more game next week, Smithson Valley playing New Braunfels. Steele should be in because they beat New Braunfels head-to-head, so they should be in already if that's the tiebreaker. And, of course, Judson 51-14 over East Central tonight. But the surprise in the game of the district tonight, the 3-5 New Braunfels Unicorns go into Linoff Stadium and take care of the 6-2 Clemens Buffaloes 26-23. Clemens is now 4-2 in district. Well, so is Steele. And Steele beat Clemens head-to-head. And New Braunfels now keeps themselves alive at 3-3 in district play. They need Smithson Valley to trip up next week, and they might actually go into the playoffs because, Roland, Smithson Valley plays New Braunfels next week. So basically, that game next week, Unicorn Stadium, winner take all into the playoffs in 26-6A.
Oh, it's going to be a big one, and I bet you can catch that along the Rangers Network, our sister network here, along the network line, the Comal ISD network line. Absolutely. So once again, the Steele Knights host East Central next week to wrap up the 2018 season. These Canyon Cougars on the road in San Marcos for one more for the season against the Rattlers. Once more, our score 44-14 Steele over the Canyon Cougars. Mike Benson, it's been a blast. Let's do it again soon.
Absolutely, buddy. I had a blast tonight, man.
Same here. We thank you so much for joining us. And until next time, so long, everybody.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Physicians Premier. Our conveniently located freestanding ERs are fully equipped and expertly staffed so you get the best care closest to home. At Physicians Premier, you'll find faster service, friendly doctors, and a comfortable level like no other. And Texas Regional Bank. Buying or building a home? We have construction and mortgage loans to help. For all your personal or business banking needs, Texas Regional Bank. The people you know. And Texas 46, a home-style hill country restaurant, has been in the Spring Branch community for over 30 years, where the focus is on a Lone Star favorite, slow-cooked barbecue. We can cater or host your next large event, too. Welcome to Texas 46.